All right. Welcome back, everybody. Looks like we're doing the podcast again. The modcast.
Wait, hold up. Let me close my Haiku tab. Up. All right. Hey, what's up?
All right, dude. Yeah.
This fucking traitor.
Had to get it in there.
Here we are, 993, the dream of Wano. I have to say the cover story, it's been bittersweet, to say the least.
More
But
bitter than sweet.
but
yeah.
I do like this page.
This
It's
development
nice.
specifically is
Pez.
good. But
Pez
I don't like that
dancing
back
on
left corner.
bed.
That's cool. I like. Why can Pez stand actually? Why is he able to dance? He's fucking like 2 months old.
Pez is the best, dude. He's already in the mafia, so I mean, he already has
His 5 o'clock shadow's
fucking
pretty good.
5 o'clock. I was gonna say we shouldn't be surprised if he could stand.
Does he have a cigar in his mouth right now?
Very saccharine.
What's that tiny?
Yeah, I
little
think he
thing?
does. I'm pretty
It's-
sure he does.
That's his binky. It's like it looks like a cigar, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
I mean, it actually might be a cigar with just a
Who
pinky at
knows?
the end, if we're being honest.
He got some 5 o'clock shadow too.
Yeah. He's a big man. But I gotta say, Gotti, he's got a catch, you know. Yeah.
Okay, dude, we're wrapping this up.
Good stream or good whatever.
Okay.
All right, let's move on though. We don't want to talk too much about fucking Pound. All right.
It's cool to see the Thriller Bark pirates. Well, I forget their actual crew's name. Got it.
The two on
They
the
are,
right, yeah.
right?
Isn't it the lipstick pirates or some shit?
Yeah, I think that's probably it.
The one in the striped shirt, it just reminds me of fucking oh my god, why am I blanking on his name?
You're the rolling pirates.
What's the villain of fucking Fishman Island's name again? Holy shit.
Hody?
Cody.
Cody?
Yeah, Hody. He looks like old man Hody. After he got like shriveled up and shit.
Yeah, it does a little, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's cool to see them again. I didn't realize that they were still with Lola. I don't know if that was shown in an earlier cover story or not, but I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I
that's their
totally
curse, so-
spaced who they were. So
Was it her crew? Or was it just people that became part of her crew from Thriller Bark?
I want to say it was both, but she did have an actual crew with her, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, well, fuck that page. Next one.
First
Yeah.
page is actually a fantastic spread. I love this so much. Like the Fire Festival, I thought was going to be some small thing. It's really nice that it kind of hints a little bit more at the world building and the culture of Wano to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only day they have.
Dude, I was shocked to see the fucking Oden blow up, dude. What the fuck?
Right?
How
that
did they?
is
Yeah.
every year.
How did they
Oh,
get?
well,
Because
Is that
it must
supposed to
be
be
because
early?
Orochi leaves every year, I guess.
Yeah. They
But then
went-
he leaves. Yeah, it's kind of weird. They leave the Yakuza here, but I guess they just tolerate it every year.
Wait, are you sure that's supposed to be Orochi specifically though?
No,
No, it's
Oden.
No, that's
Odin.
Odin.
No. That's
I mean,
Odin.
why
I
would-
meant
why-
Odin. I meant Odin.
Yeah,
But still.
that's
Yeah, I'm pretty
totally
sure
Odin.
it's
Yeah.
supposed to be Odin.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's totally Odin.
And yeah, I think it's because look at like the whole scene I kind of didn't expect that like everyone was so unanimously together in like wishing. I mean, we knew, right? But I wasn't expecting it to be quite as like in your face as it was shown here.
Well,
Honestly, we didn't even really know that much, right?
Part of why I wasn't sure is why was Odin is because if you look at the first page itself, the bottom panel I thought was the old woman that was helping Orochi.
Nah, she's dead.
Well, yeah, I think it's
she's
a
dead.
performance put on.
Yeah.
That's how I interpreted this. Is that I interpreted that as Higurashi, and like they're doing like it's like the dancing villain, and then here's the big hero blimp. It's like that's their whole thing. So like the 20-year
I
prophecy,
get
it's
it, I
like
get it,
actually
okay.
big
You're right.
time.
So it's supposed to
not a
actually
rumor,
represent
like
them.
huge part of the culture. Yeah, like
Okay. So that it makes sense why I felt like that was her.
yeah. That's
Okay,
that's what
I
I
get you.
thought.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's probably right, actually. No, I think
He's in the Gear 4th post. I'm just saying.
Nah,
You know
Zoro,
that's gonna
man.
come up again. Yeah.
It's the
yeah,
guardian,
yeah.
the guardian.
Guardian deity. Yeah. Exactly. And I also
was
kind of
good.
like that it's kind of like we have this whole celebration and they're dreaming. And they have no idea that that all these samurai are fighting for them over on Onigashima.
Yeah,
really nice.
And yet they're talking about it.
yeah. The guy
as
on
they
the guy on
were.
the next page is like, "Yo, I think the Kozuki clan's battle's happening right now."
Yeah.
And he's like,
I mean,
To
yeah,
be
that's,
fair, it was
just-
prophesized to be like
Yeah.
20 years from. So
It's
that
just-
means now.
yeah.
It just makes me
dramatic
respect the
irony.
samurai a lot more because they're doing this for them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Makes their struggle a lot more powerful.
They have also been like hearing about the raid getting set up. It's been pretty publicized too, so I think that guy has a fair point there, but he really does nail it. I bet they recruited warriors from all over the world to help. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little on the.
Yeah, it's
It's
a little on
fourth
the
wall
nose.
breaking,
Yeah,
mother.
yeah.
He's maybe got a little future sight. I don't know, dude.
No, you could be right. Just like the inhabitants of Skypiea have future sight.
Yeah.
Now let's look at the saddest panel in this entire chapter. Ah, this water is so fresh and delicious. What a day of luxury. Goddamn.
Those are words that were written. Yeah.
The air's so fresh here. Breathe in all you want. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
I know, dude. They're like happy to be fucking breathing.
It sucks. No one
What
will
a
be
d-
executed today.
Yeah.
That always happens. Typical
It's so
struggle.
fucked up. It's just kind of funny, dude. Like, what a
they're all,
day
like,
of
so
luxury.
happy.
Time to breathe and drink water, dude.
And not be executed.
Oh man.
On this bottom panel here, there are two people who look like Orochi's relatives.
The bottom left one. Like
Bottom
the
right.
bottom left. No, the two on the bottom left. I mean.
Oh yeah, those two little bucktooth. That's Orochi and Oden. You can't tell me otherwise.
You got some Kurozumi spies in the festival.
Maybe some illegitimate children, perhaps.
Yeah, it would make sense.
Mm.
They look a little old for that.
You guys
but
talking about Kurozumi Tama?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
But I think it's really cool that we actually got to see like how the people feel about the Fire Festival and what actually happens throughout it. I like seeing the Sharingan in the background too. That's pretty nice. And,
Oh yes, the Sharingan.
mhm.
Definitely
It
does
is
not have
nice
another
that,
name.
No, it's a Sharingan.
It is nice that it wasn't just going to be a super depressing fucking downer of a festival, like the rest of Wano's entire life has been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had their one day. It's nice.
And they have no idea of the stakes either.
Yeah.
This is their final night to dream if they lose.
Yeah, there won't be another Fire Festival next year, buddy. Whether
the very
it's
next-
for good
There'll
or
be
for bad,
multiple.
we'll find out. Anything else? Anyone else have something else to say on that, or should we move on?
So you see how they're all on the nose, like as Fats was saying. This guy says Orochi will be back. There you go. That's all you need.
Orochi will be back,
He's
but
coming. He's coming
Yeah.
to the capital.
Well, he will be back
He
after
might.
the festival.
Well, I mean, if
as
he's
far as they know,
if he's
he'll
not
be back.
if he isn't dead, I could easily see Orochi himself kind of like scrambling back there to go do whatever, I don't know, last act of vengeance or some bullshit like that. So
I could see it.
At this point, with the blimp and everything, I could see him coming back, throwing a fit, and trying to kill everyone himself or some shit like that.
yeah, he realized Kaido's not fucking with him anymore.
And
so.
then the people rebel and kill him. Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
And
That's where I was going with
Hiyori
that.
will lead the people.
Well, yeah.
Oh, true.
Yeah, I mean that much. It feels almost guaranteed here because we still have no role for Tama or Hiyori or Hitetsu or any of those folks at Onigashima, and it's seeming less and less likely they're gonna be there. But like, if someone were to come back to the Flower Capital, on the villain side, then I mean,
And that's a really Oda thing to do too, to like utilize both like main locations of Wano
right.
at the same time, because like this stuff like the Green Bit and Dressrosa were going on simultaneously and all that. So I think there's a good possibility that something happens on mainland separate of Onigashima that leads us to have like a split section.
Yeah, because we still need resolution and some attention with Hiyori and Tama and all them. But I don't think they're gonna come to Onigashima myself.
Yeah,
And
but I also
Hiyori is
don't think
actually-
that they're only going to show up at the end of the arc. So
Yeah.
Hiyori is also the one who actually wants to take Orochi's head too. But,
Right.
I believe she felt she was too weak to do it, and Zoro offered because he got pissed at Yasue dying. But I could see that coming full circle and her actually getting to make that kill herself.
Agreed. Well, maybe
Cool
not
theory.
herself, but like lead people to do so. Maybe she
Yeah,
takes
be
final
part of
blow.
it at least. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think all that stuff is really cool, and I like detail of every single panel except for like the face panels had like really detailed backgrounds, and it was dope.
Just like
You know,
hardcore. Sorry,
Ame
go
no
ahead.
Habakiri is still on the mainland too, so
Yeah,
someone using that to kill Orochi. Just saying.
No.
that
Maybe.
was
That was
what's his
Momo's
name?
sword.
Little dudes. Yeah, Momonosuke's sword.
Yeah.
Here's another possibility. Do you think the Fox will possibly take part in something like that if Hiyori were to lead people?
I think,
Uh,
yeah. I mean, he knows.
I'm not sure.
I,
He's probably
I,
not on Onigashima right now,
I
so where
Yeah,
would
if
he
he's
be?
not on Onigashima, yeah.
yeah, I feel like he has to get some attention. Maybe that's. I
Yeah.
feel like he is someone who could be left for the end of the arc, though, and not necessarily
Right.
take part in the conflict,
He's
Maybe
gonna
I
have
think it'd
to.
be so weird.
like by
He's gonna have to
necessity.
talk to Kawamatsu again.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing is that Kawamatsu and Hiyori have ties, right? So in
Yeah.
a way, he has ties to Hiyori as well. So it could lead to something there
Indirectly.
instead of with Kawamatsu.
Hmm.
But yeah,
It's certainly in the cards. It's in the cards.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, okay, dude, I gotta say something about this chapter. Me personally, the ice demons, ice oni.
Mhm.
I talked a bit about this like in chat or whatever, but dude, I felt like it was pretty like outside of realism for One Piece. Even the
I
way
kind of agree.
that this worked. I'm not exactly sure how that works as like a like a biological thing. I think it's fine. Like I don't really
Yeah, I
care
mean,
much. It's cool too, but I was
it's
like,
cool. Yeah, that's the thing. You know.
So I definitely agree, but the main thing is that it basically just works as turning them into zombies, right? It's not
right.
actually like doing something crazy besides also aesthetically changing them,
Well, yeah,
right?
it's like
No, but
thematic zombies, but like they
Yeah.
also
they grow horns and
they're also
fangs.
freezing,
yeah,
like
they're
turning
freezing.
into ice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that much. It's a little
So while I
and
have
growing
issue with it,
horns and
yeah. While I have issue with it from that standpoint, I think the fact that it doesn't like technically do anything different regardless, it's like it's okay, I guess.
I think it's
It's
cool.
basically the
They
same
also
thing
kind
as
of
the other
become.
one.
They kind of become like more malevolent. Like they're actually like going out of their way to like attack people regardless of
Yeah.
who they're with. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why we ready to use zombies because they literally
yeah,
are acting like zombies.
it's like some kind of like I don't know. I feel like we might get some kind of like analysis of it from like Chopper pretty soon, maybe if we're gonna get anything out of it. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
I think it's cool. I
I'd
don't
like
care.
that.
So
Yeah,
Now
I don't care much
before
either, but
anything
no.
though, I gotta say, I think all of us were basically in agreement on the possibility of Queen just not giving a fuck and getting rid of everyone on that floor, since him,
Yeah,
King and Kaido are above anyways, so they
yeah.
were the only ones that really
Nah, but
matter.
what about
yeah,
our
we
boy
totally
Apu?
called that
I
one.
mean, Adam, that's cool and all, man, but you were the only one opposed. So I'm just gonna say, I re-listened real quick before this. You were the only one opposed, brother. How do you feel now?
Um, I need justice for Apu. Apu, he could never do this to him.
I agree, though. I
Yeah.
agree. Apu's my favorite supernova. He needs some justice, but I think he'll be fine.
So, question about this: how bad do we think this outbreak is going to get?
Oh,
Very.
it's gonna be bad. He's
I
gonna
think
take
it's
over a good like 1 or 2 floors, I'm sure.
But I also think there will be a way to revert it.
yeah.
I mean,
Chopper's gonna have to
Sanji's right
really
there.
Chopper's gonna
Yeah.
have to step the fuck up like immediately, or it's gonna mean like a ton of the
Well,
allies.
there's also
know.
the fact that it's specifically based on ice, so maybe it has a weakness to fire, and somehow, some
Mhm.
way, like fire gets used
Yeah,
to revert it.
that's what I was thinking.
I'm feeling like we're going to
Yeah.
see King unleash a wildfire on the mansion too sometime later on. So I don't know.
Yeah,
One of the higher floors because there's
I'd
Yeah.
like
literally
that name to
so
come
many
into
fucking
play.
floors.
I'd like that name to come into play for sure.
Yeah, what was I think this was later in the chapter, but they were talking about right like the right brain tower and stuff like that. I thought that was really cool name convention there. How they were talking about like areas of the skull, right? They're like, "Oh, it's in this tower, but it's like in the right side of the brain." I thought that was really
No,
cool.
yeah, it's the frontal
Oh,
lobe.
That is
I
cool.
think I missed that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
So
notice either.
one thing I want to throw out, maybe King and Queen will actually end up soft countering each other at one point. You know,
Yeah,
King
That
the
would be kind of funny.
wildfire and Queen's ice plague and everything.
That would
it'd
be
be
Uh,
kind of
funny. It'd
funny.
be funny if King like caused a wildfire on like one of the upper floors, and then the plague starts rising upwards, and they start like climbing upwards, trying to find more people to attack, and
and it
then
cures
that's
them.
when it and that's when it
Yeah.
kills them. And now they're up on the upper floors, cured, closer to Kaido, yada yada.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah,
some cool stuff there.
we even got a chart of the floors in Onigashima
Yeah.
too, which
I'm
Yeah,
not.
is
Am
I
I the
think
only person who was like really surprised at how many floors there are between Luffy and Kaido?
I'm not. I
No.
was
I'm
expecting this full
surprised.
on because we always get one, dude. We always get like a little
I get
I
you.
schematic of like
No, no,
where
no.
each
I
I
get
want
character
you.
is on which floor and shit like
I
that. So
agree, but I'm surprised that Luffy specifically is that low. I think it's reasonable that the tower is that tall, but like
yeah.
Luffy's
That's
been
what.
climbing for a while, man.
Because you guys remember my assumption is that he was going to get to the top within a few chapters, but now I'm like, holy shit, it's going to take him forever to get to the
I still
top.
think he will, but
I don't
yeah.
know. Like I thought it was going to like go through the hole, but apparently he's climbing the same way that Jack went up.
well,
I mean, yeah, because King shut him down,
yeah,
Yeah.
and
yeah,
Queen.
yeah. They fucking put him in the ground, and then he got all distracted and ran around and everything.
Do you,
But
do you think
Jinbei's
because
here
of like
now. Jinbei's here, our
yeah,
Yeah.
savior.
that's what I'm
So
reading into. Do you think because of Jinbei saying something along the lines of hey, I'll fight for you. You save your energy or whatever. There's gonna be some weird stereotypical shonen interaction where it's like, go on ahead without me. I'll take care of this one.
Oh, we're
Yes,
guaranteed to get a few of
yes,
those.
yeah,
that's definitely gonna happen.
that's
We're
Before we
guaranteed
jump
to
into
get a
that
few of
one,
Like,
those.
let's give it up for the MVP of this chapter, Briscola, the
Oh,
Oh no.
hand
I
man.
love him, man. I was actually just thinking a few days ago. I was like, man, we really aren't getting a lot of gifter action, and like, oh behold, we get a new gifter, and it's awesome, and
Yeah.
I love it.
And I love his naming convention, Gorilla Punch Punch. He's punching like
yeah.
a gorilla who's punching.
Oh man, it's
It's
great,
fucking
dude.
great, dude.
I love it. I hope we get more gifters like this because like
Yeah,
it was a
especially
big deal. The smile fruit were like a big deal for a long time,
We
and I
gotta.
really want to see more of them.
Yeah,
yeah.
I do. Oda's just he's been thrown in so many one-off designs and just random panels of gifters, dude. It's been fucking awesome. Like just this random shit. He
Yeah,
just comes up with it like out the wazoo, dude. He just
And
keeps
he
doing
says
it.
ook ook. I like that.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah. Gifters are a very creative idea on Oda's part. Not really seen much anything like it. And
Yeah.
It's nice that he gets
entertaining.
to go wild with them. Yeah.
I've been loving it.
Yeah.
It's perfectly in Oda's like realm of character design, like because he just loves doing fucking goofy ass shit.
You're right.
And
Yeah,
so he's like,
cool.
yeah, I'm just gonna put a gorilla on this guy's arm, like, and yeah, he's just gonna do it, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought before when we first saw like Sheephead like way back in fucking Zoe that it was just gonna be like parts of animals being grown onto parts of bodies, but it's just like it's all this huge variety, I guess. The
Yeah.
Sheephead just had a horn growing out of his arm, which was like pretty normal, in my opinion. But this is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Sheep said he was one of the lucky ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shame
Rip
he's
Sheep's
dead.
head.
We got a cool panel of Sanji here. It's pretty standard, you know. He's doing his kick course, but it was a pretty cool panel.
I liked it a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I noticed something though about Sanji's design that makes me a little sad. They took off his gloves, man. Where are his gloves at?
Aw.
I didn't notice that. Yeah, they are gone,
Yeah,
aren't they?
they're
Well, they're
gone.
in the top
No,
panel, aren't they?
no,
No,
No. Oh
that's
yeah,
just
I
a
see
chapter
them.
mistakes.
Yeah.
Because they're
feels
gone
bad,
when
man.
he's got a hand on
Yeah,
Luffy, but then when
I
he's
see it.
fighting Jinbei, they're there again.
Yeah, what the
Are
hell,
they?
man?
Well, maybe it's
Oh yeah,
just
it is a mistake. Yeah, he has them
Oh
with
yeah,
Jinbei later.
maybe
Wait,
it's,
where
fucking
does
Oda.
Slacking Oda,
maybe
come
it's
on.
just the
The
color.
left panel when Jinbei shows up and he's arguing with Jinbei in the small
Yep.
panel.
Yeah, I
You see
see
the
it.
glove on.
Could be a
Yeah.
color. It could be a coloring thing because it
You
doesn't.
know what? No,
Yeah,
that's
it's
just
probably
his
just a
arm
quick
hockey.
shading mistake.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Oh, it's just his
Yeah,
arm
it's a
hockey.
mistake.
Yeah.
So we got Sanji and Jinbei accompanying Luffy to the top. I'm feeling like Zoro's gonna make his way up there on his own.
I'm not sure what's gonna happen with Zoro. Zoro's still on the first floor.
I think
gets
You know
Zoro.
what? I think they're gonna have to run away from the ice, and they'll start making their way up because of that, probably.
Yeah, I feel
I
like
don't
Zoro is going to make his way up independently and then meet up with the rest of the group on a higher floor.
I mean,
know,
I think they're just gonna use Zoro's gag of him getting lost, and he's gonna end up on a higher
Yeah,
floor.
exactly.
That's
Yeah,
also,
that's
but
what I'm
he's currently
expecting.
fighting at the same time, though, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
He's
There's
with
also
Drake.
yeah, I was about to say there's also the possibility of, and this is I don't think this is extremely likely, but I think there's a possibility of, since Queen just like said fuck everyone on this floor, uh Apu's gonna be like, what about me, bro? And then he's gonna like temporarily switch sides, and they're gonna have to run away together or some weird shit.
I don't know about that. Possible.
If it gets that bad, like to the point of like ice demons everywhere, Chopper nowhere in sight.
Yeah, if Apu
some
gets
shit.
put like in a threatening position because of Queen's attack, I think there's a possibility of Queen having to oppose, not like directly. I think later when he meets back up with them, he'll switch back sides again, but temporarily he'll have to oppose to get above something.
Right.
I don't know.
I can totally see him doing that, just flipping on a dime too. I mean,
Yeah.
he has no problem with it, I'm sure.
Hey, my boy Apu.
I'm kind of a fan of the recurring. It's not like disdain, but it's like Sanji and Jinbei have this little thing going on where Sanji's like kind of angry at him sometimes, and Jinbei's like, oh yeah, man.
Our long part.
I mean,
Yeah.
Sanji's just mad that he couldn't beat Briscola, and then Jinbei beat him in one punch.
I think Sanji.
He didn't even attack Briscola. What do you mean?
Yeah, because he couldn't
Say
beat
that
him.
shit. Oh my god, I
They've
hate
kind
you
of
so
had this
much.
little. He's kind of had this little beef with Jinbei since Fishman Island, and it's nice to see it followed up on a little
I
bit.
mean, his beef was pretty dumb though, on Fishman Island.
Yeah, it was there though, and then we
Wow,
had
wow,
them.
Jinbei, you should commit seppuku. Haha.
Well,
Yeah,
that
well,
was
that
bad.
aside,
That's okay. No, hold on. That's a punchline of a joke. That's not like his beef. Isn't that? His beef is just like, hey, you
His beef
caused
was like,
Nami this
yeah,
much
it was the
pain.
Arlong
I
thing,
care
and
about
then
Nami.
and
Even
then
if
they had
Nami
kind of
forgives you,
this.
that doesn't mean I'm gonna forgive you.
Yeah, and then they had kind of this soft rivalry thing when they were
Oh, yeah,
There's
one-sided
no way
rivalry
that.
against like Wadatsumi.
Sanji's mad that
Yeah.
Jinbei
Yeah.
pushed him down a notch in the hierarchy. That's what happened.
Yeah,
Hey,
You see, well,
Not gonna
look
agree.
at what he's saying. He's like, "Who put you in charge? I'm the one in charge."
See,
he
there's
just said
no
I'm
way
dragging.
that,
He didn't. Hey, you're changing the
Yeah,
wording.
but you know how he meant it, dude.
God, I hate you so much. You guys are all the worst.
oh wow.
So there's no way that Sanji's really
I'm
mad
sorry.
at Jinbei still, though.
No,
after
of
all
course not.
No, I don't think
know.
so either. Yeah,
Of course not.
either.
He's just gonna have a
Yeah,
little bickering, kind of like how he does with Zoro, I think.
No, yeah, I don't think he's like. I don't think he
I-
like
I-
hates him or anything. I just,
I don't
I
even
think
think it's gonna be anything
Not-
like Zoro.
not to the
I just think
extent,
in
but a
this
little bit.
situation,
I just mean,
it's just like, oh, you're trying to undermine me, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
yeah, it's played for
yeah.
laughs. It's not anything serious, but
Yeah, it is funny
So,
though, because
Balhong.
like Sanji and Luffy are fucking like arguing. He's like, "Ah, I'm gonna go fight everyone," and then Sanji's like, they're arguing and arguing, and then Jinbei shows up with his grand fucking entrance, and then Luffy's like, "Oh, Jinbei, okay, dude, I'm gonna go along with you." And like, Sanji was not doing anything, like it wasn't working for him, and then he's like, "Oh yeah," dude. I don't know. That moment was funny. It was just funny. It was just funny.
Well, that never happened. There's not a single moment where Luffy said, "Oh, Jinbei, I'm gonna go on with you." He just said Jinbei !
Yeah,
And then he continued fighting.
Yeah.
he really
I
loves
love how
Jinbei.
happy
I
he
like that.
always
He's not
Yeah,
listening to
it's
Jinbei.
always like
Yeah.
that. I love it.
Always
like-
trying to undermine my boy.
Yeah,
Jinbei
Jinbei
comes
always
back.
steals every
Jinbei.
panel he's in, man.
Yeah. Jinbei's
Jinbei's pretty cool. I mean, he's just that big though. He takes up the entire panel.
Not wrong.
Well, anyway, what do we think about the eyes, by the way?
Yeah, Balhong.
Yeah, I don't know.
Devil fruit?
Yeah,
It's
it's
somebody's
definitely a
devil fruit. It's not Bao Huang's.
Probably
It's
just a cat devil fruit, right?
it's not
See-
Bao Huang's. It's somebody else, because she has the whole squirrel thing going on.
Yeah,
But
she's a gifter already, so this can't be a double fruit for her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which
Well,
I
no, is
actually,
it the same person?
yeah.
yeah, that's his secretary.
Yeah, it's somebody else's fruit where they can put those eyes on just various things. And
I honestly would just prefer to be like some
Oh, I've
Wano
seen
shit, kind of like how back in Little Garden, Miss Golden Week had her hypnosis and everything. I just kind of want Water to have their unique things, like they get this weird borderline sorcerer shit going on.
Nah. Similar
could
with
be-
similar with
yeah.
what Fat said earlier about the ice thing. I don't want it to go too far outside the
Mhm.
realm of like what One Piece is established.
Well,
Yeah,
for Wano, it's one thing, but Queen is like trying to do some science-based shit. That's kind of a stretch.
It works. It works mostly. It's just a little bit outside of the realm. You know, it's not.
Right. Yeah.
Dude, I've been.
But
love
yeah,
that she's,
I didn't think about it that way though. About it being eyes, for like someone else's devil fruit putting paper eyes on people. I never
Mhm.
really thought of that. I thought it was just
Yeah,
an
that,
aesthetic thing.
I like that she's doing stuff though. I didn't. I wasn't sure what she was going to like amount to as a character. If she was like just a one-off thing, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I like she's doing stuff. It's cool. Wonder if she'll get a fight or anything later.
It's cool. It's definitely cool. I wonder who that'd be though. And it just makes me think about Tama again, right? So
I don't. Do you think she is a fighter though?
I don't think
I mean,
so.
she's a headliner.
Nah,
She is a headliner,
yeah.
right?
I don't
She's
think headliner means they have to be a fighter, is it?
she's significant because she's surveillance.
Yeah, she's the intelligence
Could
network
be.
for Kaido's crew, it looks like.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, dude, I like Sasaki this chapter as well. I love how he's got the whole vibe of like a naval captain from like his previous crew, I assume. He's got all the fucking guns and the cannons and shit, and he's just like
And then
blowing
a
everything
random
up.
bow and arrow for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know.
And his hat.
Like, yeah, his hat is badass.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, Sasaki's showing out this chapter, and I like his gifter squad too. They're all pretty
Yeah.
based.
I feel like we're gonna have a
People
lot.
are uppity about
I feel like we're gonna have several factions within the Beast Pirates converge on Momo and his location because we actually see a group of gifters and Usu and Ulti receiving King's message.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah. This could be the fight, the start to a big fight here. Big little skirmish. Sasaki is a very good-looking fishman, man.
Well, we don't know he's a fishman for sure, right? I think he's a fishman as well, but there's not confirmation yet, is there?
I hope
mean,
he is. I'll say that.
if Kawamatsu was a fishman, then I think Sasaki's gonna be a fishman.
I think so too, but on the color page where you see him, he is just regular human skin color, which isn't unusual for a fishman. Obviously, we've seen that before, but just
Yeah, Jack had the
point out.
same.
But he's
Yeah.
also half fish. But yeah, Jackie boy is that is.
Yeah, I didn't.
I like the,
So this will be what this will end up being is Yamato proving herself to Momo and Shinobu, proving that she's like an actual ally. I think she's.
Yeah.
I wonder if she actually ends up beating down Sasaki, dude.
I
feel like I actually
sure she'll
think
get that
I think he
armor
has a bigger
division.
plan for Sasaki later
Yeah,
on in
I
the
agree.
arc. Because I don't think the whole interaction with Denjiro is going to amount to nothing.
Oh my
I think
god.
I really do. I really think there's like some kind of significance here to him actually going after Momo after learning the Kozuki history.
What do you
Like
have to say
obviously he
to
said he doesn't care, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't think that was there for nothing.
that? And what was your qualm with that? What was the oh my god for?
So I mentioned it back when it happened. Was like I did not like how Denjiro just fucking tied up Sasaki. I think he should have killed him. And
I mean,
this chapter is just for like basically further proving my point that he should have gone through with it.
Yeah, they were
That's-
friends. It's kind of the whole thing.
for one, obviously hindsight bias. We know that he's going to be freed as readers. He doesn't. But also, I think Denjiro probably actually doesn't hate Sasaki.
Yeah.
You know. So I think Denjiro.
I mean,
might
it's
have had a
not
soft
about
spot
hating
for some
Sasaki.
time.
It's about ensuring victory
I feel
for
like that.
your
I
group.
think it's just
Yeah,
that
maybe
friendship goes a little
maybe
deeper.
Luffy should just bring a knife with him and stab everyone he punches from now on.
But I mean,
See, the
I
thing
don't-
is,
that logic.
there was no way to actually predict that Sasaki would get freed in that way. Like, who the fuck knew Big Mom would blow a hole through the whole fucking island?
I mean, that's
And
not
then
that's not it
to
either.
not
He could
kill him.
literally just be found by any fucking person and just be untied.
yeah.
I think Denjiro just didn't want
Well, no one else was out there, is the
to
thing.
kill someone that he considered a good person. Maybe Sasaki's a cool guy from his perspective. We don't know Sasaki yet. We don't know him very well at all.
I think Sasaki and Husu
Yeah.
are both going to surprise us a lot
Yeah, well, the thing we
going
do
forward.
the thing we do know about them is that they're not, born and bred diehard
Yeah,
Kaido lovers
Sasaki literally
necessarily.
states he doesn't give a shit about the fucking Kazuki or something like that.
Yeah, well, yes.
I know he said that,
I'm
but he
saying-
also had his friendship with Denjiro is where I think
Well,
something
Denjiro.
surprising is going to come.
I know
around,
this is like a lot of justification for not much reason, but it's like you could say like, okay, so Denjiro maybe would just tie him up as opposed to killing him right there. Considering Denjiro would be aware of something like, oh, he used to be his own agent, and then he just kind of fell under. Same way Denjiro did, obviously biding his time, right? But maybe that could be some way you justify the tying up, Adam.
There's
that's good
also
enough for you.
Not Denjiro. Sasaki did specifically call Denjiro an old friend, right, or something.
Yeah.
Like he said the word friend.
Right.
Yep.
That's like
Yeah,
I think it's a
that's
very
the thing.
important distinction. It's not like
And
Denjiro's not just some heartless dude that's just gonna kill fucking anyone that he
Right.
bro, his face literally twisted out of hatred.
Yeah, but he also
towards,
spared the ship.
not towards Sasaki. Sasaki
Toward
is the one
Orochi
that's
and
Yeah,
being
and
Kaido.
Sasaki is working with them.
Yeah, but reminder, he also spared one of the
semantics,
ships.
dude.
I was
During
about
the,
to bring that up. Yeah,
yeah,
he didn't sink the ship of fucking gifters that were actively trying to kill everyone.
Yeah, he's a pretty soft guy.
Well, I
He
mean,
had anger towards himself and Kaido and Orochi, but yeah.
I think rather than being a character flaw, it's a character trait, Adam. That doesn't make him. He's not supposed to be some highly efficient, always do everything the perfect way. He has emotions. He has empathy. He has his own feelings. He's his own character.
Right.
You can't just expect everyone to do everything the way that is ideal.
No, but he's
bring out
shown
the
to be the
perfect outcome.
calculating type. That's the whole reason why.
But he's also shown to be empathetic. We just saw with Sasaki that he is shown to be empathetic. That is
Yeah, I don't
example of
think he should have shown that.
He's a softie.
So
But
you want him to be something that he isn't.
I mean, I want him to be something that makes sense.
all right,
Why
well,
doesn't it make
I think
does
it's
make
I think the
sense within
friendship
the
makes
context
sense.
of
Yeah.
within the context
Being
of them actually
empathetic
being
doesn't not
friends.
make sense. It's just not what you want it to be. It still
I mean,
makes
it
sense.
just doesn't make sense with the entirety of the entire point of the whole arc. Their goal is to ensure their own victory. That is the entire goal of the arc. The entire goal is to take down Kaido, take down Orochi, take down them all. And the easiest way to do that is to thin the enemy forces. And to thin the enemy forces, you should take them down, not
Or
tie
tie
them to
them
a
up.
pole where they can be freed later.
But he's a
I mean,
friend.
it kind of does
It's-
depend.
It's valid. Either
It's
side,
great.
really.
No, I think the criticism is valid in a sense that it's not like an objective criticism. It's just I want it to be this way. I don't want it to be this way.
Well,
But like there's nuance, there's gray area in these things. Characters are not just black and white. I will kill the enemy or I will allow the enemy to live. There's some
It's
Well,
not like they found King and didn't kill him.
yeah.
You know,
And
I don't know.
plus
I
we
bet
know that
Dendro
Yeah.
fucking wouldn't. I bet Dendro wouldn't at this point.
You know,
Yeah, pussy ass,
I mean-
pussy ass Denjiro.
Yeah, so
dude.
you're using the example. You're using the example of someone that he used to consider a friend to now define.
We don't know
everything
if he
about
was
him.
ever his friend. He could have
The
been
word
acting.
said friend. It said friend.
all right, well,
It could have been acting.
Sasaki said friend.
well,
all
the
right, I
thing
want to
is,
change gears a little bit. Kind of backtrack.
If Sasaki considers him a friend, that doesn't
feel
mean
like this is
Dendro
gonna
considers him
be-
one.
I feel like this is going to be like a this is going to recontextualize the whole way the Toby Roppo's first assignment in a bit, where they were and initially they were supposed to find Yamato, and now we have like King basically ordering the Toby Roppo to go in and take Momo's head, where they're going to cross paths with Yamato again. So
Yeah.
I think that's
Yamato.
Yamato. Okay, yeah, Yamato, whatever. But yeah, I'm trying to get the words out, but you understand what I'm saying, right?
like,
Yeah.
you think it'll end up being a big old dust up with Yamato and the Toby Roppo?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So their two goals are now converging basically.
Yeah, basically.
Onto one goal.
And
So
you know,
Yamato's
Ulti's
probably
gonna
not gonna
want
be
to
one.
go up there too.
Mm.
Oh yeah, all of them are right. I
Yeah,
imagine.
well, I mean,
all the
We
Ulti
Toby
see
because she has, like,
Ulti and
vendetta now.
Husu, so I assume they're going after Yamato now.
and reasonably also page one since he's probably with Ulti at the moment,
Well,
right?
yeah, I mean,
Maybe.
King told him to just scrap the idea, but it's gonna end up being the same thing at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
Because Yamato is going to be defending.
Yamato
Momo.
is gonna be the one defending Momo for the most of this, I think.
And you know what? We're probably gonna get Nami and Usopp helping her too against
Yeah.
like Ulti and Page One and everyone.
You
I
think
could
so?
see it. I
So
can see. I mean, I don't think them getting split off from the group was for nothing.
yeah, so Sasaki is riding a rhino gifter, and that dude just looks fucking great. I think that's one of my favorite designs now.
Ugh,
Oh, he is. You're
I love
right.
it. I love the armored division. It makes me wonder if we're gonna get more divisions like this, led by other Toby Rippo.
Yeah, I mean, you see the guy next to him though, the fucking tank. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a
What the fuck?
guy. That's not a fucking tank. That's a guy. He's got a
That is a
fucking
guy,
head
yeah.
That's
in the
awesome.
cannon, dude.
And
Yes, I was saying it
Dude,
earlier, man. But these fucking gifters are nutty, man. They're
we see one of those bug gifters that Zoro fought as well.
well, they're
Yeah,
all
the
bug
stag
gifters,
guy.
except for
Yeah,
the rhino.
I mean the hair whatever hair cross beetle,
Oh, the
hair
exact.
cross
It was
beetle,
a stag.
Heracles beetle.
I
Yeah,
mean, Zoro failed to take him out. Low tier.
yeah. I mean, he's got some cuts on him, so you know.
I love that sawtooth sword he has too.
Yeah, I like it.
I like the guy with the Hari on his belt.
yeah. He looks really happy, dude. He's just like a
Yeah.
happy fucking guy. He's like
Happy
giggling.
porcupine man,
Yeah,
or like a sea urchin or whatever.
yeah. Definitely,
Porcupine, probably, yeah.
definitely cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of Denjiro talking about killing people, sever his windpipe, stop his breathing. This fight isn't over until his head is severed.
Well, before
Oh,
we
yeah.
move on to the Kaido stuff, I want to ask one more question. Do you think that seeing the armored division right now with Sasaki basically being the head of it implies that Sasaki, if he has a devil fruit, would have something related to that, like armor or something?
Hope so, dude, because it'd be fucking triple badass.
There's that like one dinosaur that has that like spiked ball tail thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah,
Ankylosaurus.
yeah, and it has a
Probably
hard,
that.
it has
Probably
a hard
that
head,
one.
too. That'd
Well,
be cool.
cockroaches
You
have
know-
been around for a while, huh?
Cockroach, technically dinosaur? Question mark.
Yeah.
Well,
Sasaki
you know, he's been kind of.
Sasaki wasn't worth killing, tied up to a tree as a fucking cockroach? Question mark.
Oda's kind of been going for like less conventional or less well-known dinosaurs for a lot of these for the Toby Ruppo.
Which
So
makes me think there's a possibility of him being like a fucking Oma star or some weird shit.
yeah, it could be something
My boy
weird. It could be
Pokemon.
something less conventional. I don't know if I expect him to be a Triceratops because that's kind of generic to me.
I was gonna say Triceratops too, because big armor, you know, like that.
Yeah,
I think that's been
it
the
could be.
popular one.
It would be cool, but it's also kind of like one of the generic dinosaurs. So
It
Well,
is,
because
yeah.
it's the armored division though, and obviously, fucking what you're suggesting is also armored, right? But we're seeing three bug esque armor division members. So I think maybe it's like one of the what is the word for it? What is the
A,
type of?
mol-
Sorry,
a mollusk or like a shellfish or something.
it's something like that, like like Pokemon. Let's speak Pokemon, Omastar, Kabutops, etc. Kobuto.
Oh,
Kabuto.
like trilobites and shit like that.
Yeah, stuff like that. I think they could go that direction with it, and I think he might be like the only one because I think I'd like to see that type of non-conventional personally.
yeah,
That would be kind of cool to see. Yeah,
Yeah.
It'd be cool.
maybe like a coelacanth or something.
Maybe just he's fucking beige except a big, you know, bunch of cannons instead of a castle, dude. I just like the fucking cannons.
I like the cannons. Well, they're cool.
I don't know, I thought that moment for him was just cool for some reason. He's like fire and I love explosions.
Also, before we move on, Momo, his thoughts in this chapter about what a Shogun would do in this situation. I'm wondering where that's going to go.
It's
Oh,
going,
yeah.
it's
He's
going
getting his
somewhere.
character development.
It basically means Momo is going to do something awesome later.
Fucking,
I agree.
dude. Look at Shinobu's face right above that panel too. What the? She looks fucking.
She's getting
Cute.
beat down. Man.
Yeah.
Cute. Yeah.
Everyone's like poor Kiku, but no one's saying poor Shinobu.
I also think that this chapter deconfirmed like a theory I had that I thought that possibly Yamato was going to become Shogun temporarily until Momo was of age. But like they're making it seem like Momo is just straight up taking the throne after what King said.
Yeah.
There's a rarely to restore the they seek to place Oden's son Kozuki Momonosuke upon the Shogun's throne of Wano. So that like basically deconfirms what I
Yeah,
thought
since
about
Udon, he's kind of been like the living embodiment of Wano's dream.
Right,
Mhm.
he's the figurehead right now. If they
Yeah.
can kill him and parade it in front of everybody, it's morale drop, which is Kaido's favorite. So
Mhm.
Yeah, he was the rallying force for like all of Udon to even side with Luffy, even after his big fucking speech. And
When they
beating
see
down
him,
everyone.
when they see him, they see the return of the Kozuki.
Yeah.
They
You know
don't
what
see
I
him
think-
as Momo.
I think could happen is Momo says something like really monumental. Obviously, he's not like a competent fighter or anything, but through his words, he like Yamato gets like a flashback of Oden or something, and like Yamato like swears loyalty to him and whatnot. Some cool panel in that regard.
No, he's gonna fly at some point too.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I don't think that's gonna be like anything crazy, will it?
Flying
I mean,
Yamato
I
up.
think it would be
Well,
pretty crazy.
yeah, I think it's important because ever since Punk Hazard, he's been uncontrollably turning into a dragon, and he's also not able to control whether or not he's like flying or not. It's been something he
Oh,
does
that's what you mean.
out of fear. So at some point, whenever this character arc of his gets to that climax that we're all talking about here, I think that's gonna tie in with that thing, and he's gonna
I agree with
be able
that.
to control that.
Yeah,
And
there's going to be a
Kaido,
callback
Kaido
to.
hasn't seen him either, and as a dragon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no one has. They've been really sure to keep that a secret. But that's going to be a callback to when Kaido had him dangling over the castle edge,
Mhm.
and he was just shitting his pants, scared. And
You know
Yeah.
what? Something like that could happen again, but he actually lets go, and Momonosuke is just like able to fly or some weird shit.
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
he was also so scared when Sanji rescued him and started flying too.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I wonder what that's gonna
You're right.
mean that for Kaido, seeing Momo with his same power.
Or so,
It's
yeah.
going to be the
Because
both
there's some connection there.
Yeah, it's
But-
it's all coming to some head. I just don't know what that is.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's fun. It's fun though. There's all those little hints, definitely leading towards something.
I
with
mean,
the dragon
I think
form.
when Kaido sees it, that's when we're gonna get his flashback,
Yeah, I had the
and
same thought.
it's gonna involve
Possible.
Vegapunk in his flashback.
You
Yeah,
think?
we
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
how.
Wait,
also saw how,
that's very good. Yeah, that's very good.
We also saw how Big Mom got her devil fruit, so I think it's likely that we also see how Kaido gets his or
Yeah,
got his in the past.
it's possible.
Because we didn't see that for many of the almost any of the other villains, I think, in the series. But we got it for Big Mom, who was a Yonko, so maybe
Yeah, we got
the
it for
thing that we get
Doflamingo
for
too.
each Yonko.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got it
I
for
think
Doflamingo.
Flamingo was when it started.
even
I don't think we saw any other villains
even
being there for.
Katakuri. We wait, no, we didn't. Did we?
We didn't.
Yeah, no, we didn't get it for
no.
him.
I thought we did for a second, but it was just donut. But yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, Adam, I think you hit the nail right on the head there, dude. Like that's exactly what I foresee happening. Yeah, literally perfect,
Agreed.
dude.
Awesome idea. I love it.
So one thing I
Definitely.
noticed in the armored division here, everyone is smiling. This Rhino looks like he's about to fuck everything up, though. I love that so much. I think he's my new favorite gifter for sure.
What
Yeah.
a what a weird gift.
Dude, you can't not love the fucking armored division. I'm just
who-
pissed that
who-
I'm pissed that the fucking title card is covering up this cannon guy, dude. I wanted to see him.
Right?
But
Little dog tank dude.
What?
Yeah, I was
is
just
he?
trying to figure out like what his smile is. Like, what is it?
yeah, dude, I have
Maybe
no
like a
fucking clue.
centipede or something. I don't
Dude, he's got fucking treads. Okay,
Yeah,
like I don't know
centipede
what the fuck's
treads.
going on there. Maybe he's just inside of the tank. Like
Yeah,
maybe
he is in the tank.
but it's
You
like
know what?
furry
You know
too.
what?
It's
You
so
know
weird,
what?
dude.
No, you know what? He probably is something with a shell, and he gets fired out and turns into that or something, or like coats himself in a shell, and he is the cannonball.
You
That's
think
what
so?
I think's gonna happen.
Yeah, that could be. And he's like a pill bug, maybe.
Yeah, like some. That'd be. I want a pill bug fucking
Yeah, dude.
gifter. That'd be sick.
That could
I'd
be
be
it.
down with that.
But yeah, it's just fucking weird. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah.
Yeah. I
All
like
right.
it though.
Is it Kaido
On to
time?
Kaido.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kaido.
Kaido's-
I like hearing this. I feel like everybody probably likes hearing this, but like it's so refreshing to me for some reason when the allies, like the heroes of the story, talking about killing someone. To me, it sounds weird, but it's like it's not like, oh, defeat him. It's like we're gonna fucking cut his throat and cut his
Yeah.
head off. It's like
It's
Yeah,
like
not
the
only
only
that they're-
way
And
they
it's
can
not
deal with
only
him.
that they're talking about it; they're literally like in the panels. We see them sprinting to his neck as fast as possible. So it's not just talk.
Mhm.
yeah, they're not just
Yeah, they
fucking
really
standing
wasted
there or some
no
shit.
time in it. I love that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
They
love
know
this.
they know exactly what's at stake. They know exactly what
Yeah.
that's compared to them, and they know
Mm.
they probably know they were lucky to get even this far. Honestly,
Yeah. I love this pose Kaido's doing as he's floating up upside
like
down.
upside down. Yeah.
I
Oh
love
my
it so
God, I love
much.
that
It's
so
so
much.
cool. I
like
love
It gave
this.
me hardcore kaiju vibes. Oh, it's so great.
Yeah,
This is
How do
like one
you
of the coolest Kaido moments
yeah. The
so far.
Kaido panels have just been on fucking point all arc.
It
But
reminds
this
me of
is
like
great too, dude.
it reminds me of when villains like in other shonen will like lankily get up after taking damage and they're like you fools whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
But a dragon version of that.
Yeah, everybody loves a good one of those, dude.
Yeah.
Now, one of my favorite things about this from Kaido is he actually, you guys remember his introduction, and it's been kind of debated for a long time since then. When like he was introduced, attempting to kill himself, and it's been pretty debatable for a long time whether he's actually seeking death or whether that's a way he tests his strength. But in this chapter, we actually are seeing that resurface again after such a long time.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of big insight when he says, "I could have let you kill me." Basically, like it sounds to me like he would have been willing to fucking go down if they were
Mm-hmm.
actually of the caliber of Odin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was like he literally in the viz he literally says, "I could have let you kill me."
Yeah.
It's like
And then beneath that,
And on
I
top of
also
that,
like. Go ahead.
on top of that, it shows a little flashback of
Mm-hmm.
Momonosuke being captured, kind of like makes it seem like there's some regret there in how
Exactly.
that went
Yeah.
down.
It's like he
Yeah,
had
like
his chance for Odin to kill him, and then instead of doing that, he took the opportunity and won the fight.
yeah,
And that is
he's
why he kills Higurashi after too.
right.
Mm-hmm.
He's like kind of fucked with this dishonorable situation forever that he can't undo. And maybe there's, some element of that in like the seeking death type.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Thing.
I think he would have been okay dying in that fight. And
Mm-hmm.
the thought of like something like that getting in the way of that
I,
is haunting him in a way.
see, I disagree. I actually think that his suicide hobby, whatever, is spurred from Odin's legacy. So that would not have started until after Odin dies.
Yeah, I
You think
agree.
so?
I agree that it was after the
So
Odin
he
shit.
wants to like leave behind some huge legacy like Odin did for Wano.
Oh, that's
And
what you
like
think.
that's what I think he wants.
Well, because
Um
like when he was introduced, it's like he wouldn't have left any legacy behind. Then he just jumped off a sky island.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
but
feel like
yeah,
there really is some deeper reason there for why he wants to die.
I mean, well the deeper reason
Yeah.
for jumping off the Sky Island was so he could get the jump on Kid and
Well, that was a
Hawkins.
part of it, but like he
That's
also said he was
deeper
looking for
reason.
a place to
Well,
die.
But I
I
also
know
guess
it says
it's
that in that
probably
it says that in that point, and we're led to think of it a certain way, but we do have the added context here that we know fucking Apu was already in cahoots at that point
Yeah,
when they
the
were
way I
meeting.
see
Yeah.
it after that scene is that he was on his way to ambush them, and he thought, might as well try to kill myself on the way as part of a flashy entrance slash a suicide attempt.
I also think it's really important that Adam, I don't think we would have seen that little flashback panel of Momonosuke being captured if what you were saying is true.
Yeah,
Because
I agree.
that's what it seems to be implying is that that
Mm.
moment could have been his legacy.
Mm-hmm.
But that it was halted,
Could
which
have
means that
been
at the time he was thinking that.
could have
Yeah,
been
that
Yeah.
bottom
Kaido.
left panel
Kaido's
supports
death,
that.
Kaido's death
This is
right
his
there.
crossroad for him. It's like
Oh.
it was this dishonorable attempt. This dishonorable victory, him taking this chance to win versus getting the death that he seeks, and he chose wrongly. This is
Yeah.
And that whole page also recontextualizes the whole last chapter, like all the controversy of how are they hurting him, how are they kicking his ass
Yeah.
this bad.
It is
He
Rio.
really
It's just
did
not
just
as powerful as what it seems,
Mhm.
right?
right, exactly. And he was full on kind of letting them do it because they reminded him of Odin, but they couldn't live up to it. So he just seems disappointed now.
Well, I don't think he was letting them do it. I think they were successfully landing hits.
Yeah.
Uh, but then after taking that final hit, he got up and changed his mind, or whatever, and he's like, that cut wasn't deep enough. I'm not gonna let you kill me," type of thing.
Right, yeah. I
You
wouldn't
aren't Odin.
Yeah, that's
Well,
a better way of
I
putting
just
it. Yeah.
I just wouldn't take it away from their
Not
feats.
not like
Yeah.
letting them, but he was allowing the effort to go on when he may have been able to crush it a little bit faster.
I don't think Maybe
I don't know.
maybe
He
I don't
seemed like
know.
he got pretty fucking bamboozled by
So
Rizo, dude.
the
Just saying.
Allow is the
I
wrong word,
know
but I
I
don't know
know
a better
no
way
I
to
know
put
what
it.
you're thinking because of like what happens later, and I think we should just get this into sequentially first. But I think the attack he uses later is because of the failure he was reaching before, because he was actually trying with the blast breath and whatnot, but they kept having abilities that could thwart that. So he
Right,
changed up his strategy
and
in response.
and he did do something similar already. He was doing it, but
So
basically with
thunder,
lightning. Yeah.
yeah, the lightning or thunder breath, whatever they called
I
it.
just, dude, in that last page when he actually does the roar, I want to hear what that sounds like, dude. I hope the anime gets that
I
right.
can't wait until
I'm
that's
worried.
anime. Yeah.
Yeah, I worry too
I
because the Japanese, they always do, like, they have the actual person do the sound
yeah,
effects. They
that's
don't.
what I'm mostly worried about.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
did
I
they
don't think
have the
anything in the
person?
anime
Did they have
is
the
gonna.
person do the sound effects in versus Luffy?
they do it for like like animals or like
No. Kaido versus Luffy. I'm saying, did they have the person do the roars? Did they do roars at all?
I don't
I don't
remember.
I don't
remember.
think he roared with
He,
his blast breath back then.
yeah, he
Okay.
didn't roar quite, but
I'm
yeah.
hoping it's a genuine, like, terrifying roar that isn't just
Yeah.
his voice. That's all. That's what I'm
I don't
worried
think
about.
anything in the anime can really
It's gonna
keep up with the way Kaido sounds in my head when I read the
Yeah,
manga.
agreed.
yeah, it's gonna be the voice actor because
Well,
that's how anime do it. Like with animals, they don't have like animal recordings. They do like a lot of them will actually just have like a voice actor
I don't think it would
make
be
the
an
animals sound.
animal anyways. I think it would be like some created. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
It'll be
also,
Godzilla. But let's
what I
be
think,
real. That's like
what I think will happen though is that they'll probably just fucking, if it's not his voice, of course, is that they'll just fucking reuse some noise from like the '90s Dragon Ball when Shenron roars or some weird shit. Because they reuse so much in Toei, the sound specifically. I mean,
they
they
actually
reuse a
just
lot.
did this in the last episode. They full on reused some Super Saiyan sounds. Yeah.
Yeah, and like the instant transmission is used for shave and stuff like that. So I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Which I'm okay with. But this panel here, I'm on that. It's too shallow. You don't have enough power.
Oh, it's so good.
Holy shit, dude! His
I
hair
love
looks
it.
like fire across his body. I love it so much.
Yeah, it's like sticking up too. Great.
I
Yeah.
love his
Like from
arms.
his chin and
I don't know.
everything.
It's kind of weird, but I love his arms. That he has arms when he's just sitting
Yeah,
like on the
were they
ground.
smaller than that before? I feel like they're larger now.
They feel like
It
they're
could
the
be that
same.
perspective.
They feel like they're the same size. Although his arm is getting a little closer, yeah. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, I do like his arms. It's cool how he's like pushing himself up, even though he like shouldn't by all rights necessarily have to do that, right?
Yeah.
I guess
No.
technically we've been assuming that he's like walking on clouds when he's flying, right?
Mhm.
So he would be doing that with his hands. So I guess so, yeah.
Well, that's what Oda told us he was doing.
Yeah,
Hasn't really.
yes,
He's
we
never
have
actually
that.
done it,
Yeah,
but
we haven't like seen him doing it, but yeah. So
Wait, so
Oda
he is
did say
walking on
that.
clouds?
so Oda
Oh
says
no,
he
Let's
is.
just-
no.
yeah.
We actually, I'm going back to the panel he's introduced on. There's actually like rings of clouds around his body. So I think that's probably what that is.
Yeah, and that's just
Yeah.
how like Eastern dragons like that get around anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
the explanation for his flying was he was
It's
just
just like
walking on
Momo.
clouds, which
Yeah,
makes sense.
exactly.
Like
It's just like
his
Momo.
first intro was him descending from clouds and making a whole storm over
But
Okabori
yeah,
town.
in that panel specifically, when he descends, there are clouds like wrapped around his arms and like wrapped
Yeah.
around his body and everything. So that
What-
makes sense.
Yeah,
Which
and
reminds
that's the
me-
standard. The clouds are on his arms. Always have
Oh,
been.
and this one too. Yeah, you're right.
But see, in
I'm
the
sorta
anime, they turned that
disappointed.
into fire.
Did they?
Eh.
That's cringe.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So I don't know. Maybe it's actually fire around his arms, and
No,
not
the
clouds.
anime just sucks.
What Adam, what did it remind you of?
They
Yeah.
should have used his clouds to block the moon.
Oh man.
Oh, true.
That
Maybe
would've
he
stopped-
doesn't
that
want
would've-
to. Though.
That would have stopped Jack from getting fucked up.
Yeah,
He
doesn't
wanted to
want
allow their
stop
efforts.
the fight.
Yeah.
He should have
He
just
went
shot the
into
moon down like Piccolo.
See, he went into goddamn
Spoilers.
Archer.
We're gonna have to mute him for that.
So he like went into this fight declaring that he wanted to show off the greatest power in the world, like the greatest army in the world. I don't think he would have actually taken any handicaps into this at all. Like even if they offered it to him.
Maybe so.
I agree with that. I think he's. I think especially given the stuff with Odin, he's not one for like necessarily like at least given his motivations, he wants the greatest battle. He wants to build up this fucking huge badass army, and then he was crying about it when Joker fucking couldn't supply his fruits anymore. He was like
Hilarious.
crying and pissy about it. Yeah. I think he's not like the type to do super underhanded shit. At least of
Well,
his own accord now.
well, we've seen
Yeah.
him do underhanded things before. I think he's one
Well,
of the
not
wait.
underhanded
Well, he
in a
had-
fight, but in a strategy of like taking over a place. Maybe I can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that. What I was saying is, like that was also before the situation with Odin, and I think something about like the way that wrapped up actually changed the way he goes at things. And we also know like he was just charging into Marineford too for pretty practically like no fucking reason.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
things
sure
like that.
what-
Things like that.
I
I feel like
never
he's
thought
just
about that,
he's
actually,
he's just like
before.
in it for the brawl, dude. He just wants to.
I never
fucking
thought
fight.
about how like maybe he's changed after losing his chance to die because of Higurashi and taking that chance. Maybe
Oh
you know.
well,
Right.
That's interesting.
alternatively there's also the possibility. Remember they were talking about how pirates are like ones to betray and stuff in the past.
Yeah.
Maybe something with Rock's pirates and betrayal went on there, and he does because of that he doesn't like to do similar things in battle. I don't know, man.
I think it's
I think
just.
there are a couple possibilities.
Yeah, I think it's the Odin stuff, dude. If you ask me.
Yeah, I think he wants to be like the dragon that gets slain by the hero more than anything to me.
Mm-hmm. That's
Uh,
yeah.
but also, yeah, he wouldn't want to handicap them at all, especially when he is looking for them to prove themselves as the next Odin Force, essentially.
Mhm.
Yeah, man, he's in it for the fucking fight, dude. Which is what
So-
we're all in it for. So good shit. Good on him, dude.
So the scar. I want to talk about the scar.
Yeah.
The scabbards weren't able to cut it. They weren't able to reopen it. Or
I guess like they
so
kind of. I don't wait
they
before
kind
that.
of did,
They
but
like what
they.
is? How did they not open? Like it's bleeding right now. I don't get what he means.
I
by
assume
that.
he did. I assume he means
Not
not
as
as deep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
it's
So
not-
just
someone-
Yeah.
Someone's
yeah.
gonna do that eventually.
he's
He
just
cut
pretending.
the surface of the scar. but
He's
not the whole
pretending.
thing.
They
Someone-
actually did reopen it. He's just
Ketchup.
acting tough, dude.
No, it's just ketchup actually.
So someone's actually gonna open it to that level again.
Yeah.
Do we think that's gonna be the scabbards, or do we think that's gonna be someone else?
well,
Zoro,
you guys-
baby, let's go.
People
well,
keep
before
saying Zoro, but
before
I'm
that,
like,
before we get into theories, I wanna address two things, and one of those things is related to what you're saying right now. So I want to start with the other one first. It says it is too shallow. You don't have enough power to open up the old scars. I know a lot of you guys in the previous discussion thought that it was likely something more special in that, like some weird tie to Odin or Odin's specific type of Rio. Do you
Mhm.
guys still think that, or do you think it's just a regular Rio
man,
and it's just
I
not?
still don't know. I still don't know what to think about the whole Rio thing.
Well, it doesn't have to be like, it doesn't have to be like Odin's magical Rio is the only thing that
Yeah.
can pierce my body. It just got to be
Yeah.
somebody strong enough, right? But
Maybe
yeah,
Yeah,
I
Rio
was
doesn't
I
have to
was I was expecting this to have opened up the old scar though, because that big blow at the end, the
Mhm.
Totsuka dude, like Odin's two sword style, like that felt really big, and then no, that's just not it, dude. So
Yeah, that felt like a
still
satisfying way to do it.
I still
No.
think it's some sort of Odin style hockey thing.
I think
Hmm.
it's in the cards, dude.
I saw the visage of Kazuki Odin, is what Kaido says.
Right.
So it's like,
Yeah.
I think that whole thing was just
Is it
him
just-
calling back to Samurai being that monstrous, though, because he's
Yeah,
also been on Wano
agree.
for 25 years, and Odin is the single only person who's ever really challenged him. It looks like ever.
Well,
When they
Here-
specifically say you don't have enough power to open up the old scar, makes me think that it's just Rio is a thing. Whatever. It's not like some special Odin thing only.
Yeah,
the-
I'm just
and all that
assuming. I'm assuming Odin was the only one with that level of power in his Rio to
Yeah.
scar him.
Yeah.
The thing about it, it's like they're making such a big point about like Odin, and then the scabbards are not Odin again. So it's like we know like what's that? Is that going to just continue? He's not going to meet the Odin, or is Luffy going to be recognized as on
yeah.
his level? Is that what that's
That
leading
leads into the second thing.
It's gonna be
the
Luffy.
second one I wanted to mention is that I think you guys were talking about previously how that Rio hits from the inside or whatever, right? I think Luffy's going to have some crazy powerful punch that has Rio infused in it that hits the scar and it has like an explosive effect from the inside and opens the wound from within. Maybe.
That's
Yeah,
that's
what I
one
was saying.
idea.
That's what I
I
was saying last time, and I think that's gonna be it. Like, this is gonna be the key to Luffy actually landing his big blows. Like, he's
You
just
know
gonna
what might be pretty make it more satisfying is if like the blow the Paradise Totsuka they landed last chapter, that actually if the damage from that actually does like
I think it will
accumulate
help.
along with Luffy's punch.
I think it will help for sure.
I
Yeah.
sort of disagree with that idea. Like I understand why. I think it's the most obvious answer.
Mhm.
But and how what I think has happened, I don't even like what I think is gonna happen. But I actually think it might be Momonosuke who opens up the wound somehow.
Oh boy.
I don't even like the idea, but I think that's what they're setting him up to do. I mean, he's been practicing his swordplay. What is it? Where is he going to use it? Like,
It is true.
and
We've been
and they
seeing
say,
this. We've been seeing this.
but
but
We've
you
been seeing this.
people are not
See,
ordered.
my whole
That would
thought on
be
Momo's series arc is that is that because he's so small and weak, he has to accept help from people that are strong, and that
Yeah.
kind of like at the same time that kind of like conflicts with his desire to live up to Odin's legacy and be a warrior.
But
And
I
I'd
think his
rather see
legacy
a
will be
different.
mental.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like the resolution of that is going to be him finding a way to be a proper shogun in the way that he can, in his way, and not becoming Odin.
It's an option.
see-
It's an option, but I agree with Adam a bit there.
Yeah,
'Cause,
Kaido's
like,
quote says, "But you people are not Odin. We will never see a monster samurai of his like again.
Yeah,
Except
see,
that
I
person
think
that person is going to be Momonosuke. That is
Okay,
who
no,
But I want
Momonosuke
Well,
is that
I'll say
statement.
this. No, this is important. This is important. There is a panel earlier in Wano that says something along the lines of calling Odin a samurai or whatever. Or it was, I don't think it was. I don't remember if it was Odin, but it was someone they were calling a samurai. No, Raizo. They were calling Raizo a samurai, and they were like,
Yeah.
Raizo isn't a samurai. He's a ninja. And then in response to that, they said it doesn't matter. Any warrior from Wano is considered a samurai.
that was
See-
it. So yeah, Sheep's head.
Yeah, see, to me, it's pretty clear that the Odin he's looking for is going to be Luffy. Like,
Yeah.
he's wearing Odin colors. They have the Odin float. It's literally an Odin balloon in the Gear 4th pose in this
Yeah.
chapter.
So I think Gear
I mean-
4 is going to be like since he's in the style of like a thing from Wano, they're going to consider that
Yeah.
the samurai. Even
he's
though he's
calling
not using a
RDD.
blade, it doesn't matter because any warrior from Wano is considered a
Well,
samurai.
Exactly,
On
exactly.
top of the way Hilgaro called him the guardian deity, like I think that'll be the big thing for Wano.
Mhm.
What were you saying?
So that's fine. I don't think that necessarily
Wound.
contradicts what Adam's saying.
I understand.
I don't know if it had like. I don't know. I'm kind of turning
I
onto
understand.
the idea.
I understand the idea. I just feel like it's
I'm not
kind of
okay
like
with
goes
it, though.
against. It kind of goes against what, like Momo's whole thing to me.
Well,
Yeah.
the
Like his whole arc has been.
I don't.
I also
don't,
think
I
he's
don't,
not
it would
Odin.
be too much of a jump for
I don't-
Momo to just be able to fucking damage Kaido now. After
Yeah, that
having like
too.
no
That's not-
fucking combat experience, having never used Ryo in his life,
Oh.
from what we've seen. And all
look,
that.
look,
It's a little much to me. I could see him like wielding Ame at some point near the end and doing something with that, like more appropriate to his level.
Mhm.
But
So, what
Kaido, that doesn't seem like his thing to me.
I'll let you
Yeah,
talk.
well,
Just
yeah.
go.
What I was trying to say here is I don't know if it necessarily means Momo has to damage Kaido or anything, but I don't think it goes against like like let's take that hypothetical. I don't think it would go against Momo's character. I think he's been training for combat, and are we gonna be left at the end of the arc that he was completely useless in combat? Is that going to
Well,
be the takeaway that Momo
Look, I
was
think
never
that-
able
well,
to actually
I think no.
hit
I
in the
think the
blow or
takeaway-
anything?
I
Well-
think that you're framing that improperly. I think the takeaway is that he's not going to be completely useless, but the fact that you have to frame that into like regards to combat is irrelevant.
As said,
whether
like-
he was useless or not. In my
As
opinion.
said, the idea of like his whole character is that he's weak and he can't fight, so he has to rely on people. But that kind of goes against what he wants. He wants to be Odin's son. He wants to be the warrior, and that's why he trains. And so I think whatever his resolution is and what being a shogun is to him is going to be some kind of way that kind of like contextualizes that in a way, like
Well, I can word that for you. Basically, I think that's also fair because the idea Odin was Odin was Odin also because of the scabbards, not just.
Mhm.
I mean, it's all being put on him, and it was all
Yeah.
him, right? But it is the scabbards too, and they're the ones who are alive now. So
Mhm.
you can take that the other way too, and be like, yeah, dude, Momo is going to learn that you don't do it alone. But I think he does. Besides just being the, that's where the idea becomes tempting. Not like the whole. He doesn't have to hit Kaido, but it's like the idea like he's not contributing besides being a figurehead, right? And he's only relying on people.
Mhm.
He hasn't done anything himself, and he's
You,
still struggling
Well,
on
see,
decision making and all this stuff. So it's like, what does that
but
lead
yeah,
up to for his
it
character?
leads. That's what we've been saying,
That's the
though.
question. Like, what
We
does
two
that
touched
lead
things.
on
to?
this earlier in the discussion, anyways. We
There
said that
are two
we
things I
both Arch
expect.
and I both said that we feel that he's going to lead into some sort of figurehead or decision making uh development where he does or says something that makes
There's
a tide in the battle or whatever.
So
there are
Where
two
he
kind of
that's a bad end for Momo, Red.
why
Let me
why is that a
challenge
bad
you
end
It's a
for
on
bad
a
end
Momo?
for Momo because he wasn't able to accomplish anything besides just saying things and being a figurehead, and that's not what he
But that is
wants.
well,
that's
see,
not
well,
And
that's
that's
not
also that's
accomplishing.
well, I know it's not, but
I think
for
it's more
him,
about he's supposed to accept his own strengths instead of trying to just be this. He's fucking 5 years old or some shit.
well, I get
Dude
that. I
isn't
get that
strong
on.
enough, and he will be eventually. But he needs to realize, like, bro, I'm fucking 5 years
okay,
old.
You're
hold on.
not
I
Like,
can only do
you're
something
not
now.
listening to
well,
that. You're not,
Let me
all right, guys, guys.
Fats, let me challenge you on just a couple
I
things
haven't
there
even
because
gotten to finish my
I do agree.
idea.
No, I do agree with you that Momonosuke does need to step up, but how would you feel about instead of it being like a direct combat, something he says or does kind of breaks Kaido's spirit to the point where
Oh,
he actually has like a palpable effect on the fight. Even if it's just driving him fucking crazy by calling him
Yeah,
weak or something.
I think that's fine too. I should just say that I'll say this again. Like I'm not arguing all this in for the sake of Momo hitting Kaido.
Right.
I'm
right.
just saying like for all that stuff that's a bad end for Momo. Not like bad as in bad writing or like bad. It's like bad for him. Like what his goals have been. He's wanted to do something with his own hands to like be more than just in the shadow or
Yeah,
like
And,
I
that's
know what you
all
meant.
why.
like
I
yeah.
retorted exactly what you're
Right.
saying now.
I
Uh,
see what you mean there.
I
Like
think
he's
the issue is that
very
you're thinking bad end has to be he. I think the good end is
Well,
him recontextualizing his thought process and realizing, hey, I can't do this, and it's okay that I can't, but I can do this
yeah, like
instead.
I said that earlier in response to Archer. I was like, that's one way you can frame it.
Yeah,
yeah, like
He
he's
also
not
still
going
but
wants
to
to
that
fly,
but you're
so
saying
he's
it's a
gonna
bad
take
end
action.
despite that. So
It's
that's
not
yeah,
like he's
he's
gonna.
not going to just be sit back and he's not
Yeah,
going to just sit back and be rescued. He's not going to be
even
the
now,
damn
yeah.
arc.
even
He's
now,
going to
we've
do
seen that in
something
this
to
chapter.
protect.
We're leading up to something, some kind of big moment of action from him.
I
Well,
also think
Like,
in a way, you know how like Odin managed to gather together the samurai and whatnot. I think in a way, Odin, not Odin, Momo is going to do something similar like that, but it's going to be regarding the Straw Hats. Momo basically gathered the Straw Hats here, right?
Well,
Um,
Kinemon did.
well, in a way, but you say it that way. That's
Actually,
not.
Lost Order
Wait,
did
wait, I'm
too.
not done. I'm not done. I'm done.
Uh,
But technically, Kinemon did. Kinemon is the reason for a lot of stuff. But when you look back at back during Zoe, the entire thing about Momo's request to Luffy and whatnot, and Luffy respecting Momo's request and joining him because of that. And I think something similar again will happen here regarding Luffy and his motivation, and that will lead to something like that, where technically Momo's not physically doing anything, but something he does or says helps the others in doing something that they wouldn't have otherwise. Regarding Luffy, for instance, and he gathered Luffy and Co together, similar to Odin gathering the samurai together to face off the big boy.
yeah,
so I want to
yeah.
bounce off of that in two ways here. There's another example like that in Udon when Momonosuke is the reason all the prisoners come together. It's almost a parallel to the way Odin corrected Curry in a way.
Mhm.
And besides that as well, that same scene, Luffy kind of proved himself the Oden for this arc, like definitively an Udon for me. As soon as he took on the plagues, he freed the whole place, broke everyone out, and just dominated it. It just, I really think that cemented that he is going to be the monstrous quote unquote samurai that Kaido's been looking for the last 20 years.
And I agree, but I also think that Luffy and Momo are going to be dual Odins. They are going to be the Odens, partially because of stuff like back on Zo, where like they were both hearing the voice of the big boy and whatnot.
Yeah, I was going to
and
bring
things
that
like
up.
that.
Is,
Yeah.
where voice
Yeah.
voice comes into play. Yeah, I mean
If
that's
I had
Parallel
to,
between the two, and Momo is going to be the Odin of Odin. Momo's going to be
Odin's
the Odin of
leadership.
like mentality, leadership, etc. And
You
Luffy's
know,
going to be the one that does the physical work.
Momo is
Yeah.
also the only one that can command Zanesha, so
Yeah, I'm waiting for that.
that's gonna come out again.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what Momo again. Like, I'm not sure what he can do physically to really help. I think it's one of two ways though. I guess I mean, yeah. It's either it either would have to be he does something physically, like his own hands, or plus words, or like something like that. It would have to be either that, or he would have to just basically like you said, recontextualize his thinking about being able to do something right now besides words and inspirations, etc. It's one or the other, but like one of those things absolutely has to happen. Like
I agree.
It's
I
one of the
agree.
two. Yeah.
He's gonna fly. I'm just saying.
It's interesting, and then
Yeah,
you brought up the voice of all things again, which is definitely big. I don't know what that could play into. Like, what would that do besides like Zunisha, obviously?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it will do anything
You
per
could
se
find
this
the
arc.
monolith after
But I
the
but I
end arc,
think
after the arc ends.
but I think the it's also it was there to show like in what's the word for it? Like a duality between Luffy and Momo himself.
Zanesha's gonna
Even if it
show
doesn't
up.
do anything like this arc, I think
Zanesha's gonna show up at Wano, and and Momo is gonna command Zanesha to break open the borders physically with his trunk.
Could
yeah,
be
maybe
that.
the island just fucking breaks.
It could
Yeah,
be.
just
Yeah,
break the island, man.
he better save him then, because if he goes to fight Kaido, Kaido's just gonna fucking one shot Zunisha.
Probably,
Kill
yeah.
him.
Respect on Zunisha's name, all right?
Yeah, it is interesting. I think Momo needs like something super fucking dynamic. Like if for it, like I know, yeah, it's just why the whole idea of like I know it's fucking ridiculous, but like the idea just brought me on that I thought process about his character arc. Like the idea of him hitting Kaido or something. It's like that. Just thinking about that, it's like yeah, Momo still needs like he's had his speeches and stuff, but I feel like he needs that last.
Well, he hasn't had his final thing.
He needs like a big fucking bang, and like, what is that gonna be? What is that gonna be to really cement him as like the next ruler?
I think it'd be more interesting if it were words and not just him doing an attack on Kaido.
Yeah, I know. That's not like forget the attack on Kaido. Just forget that.
Yeah.
I'm just like I was just the idea of that was making me question all that stuff and like what that.
I think we're on
right?
agreement.
I mean, Udon version 2.0.
I think we're on the same page.
Either.
I think we're on the same page.
It's been built up for arcs. He definitely has to have a conclusion to his character arc. That definitely has to happen, and it has to be big because of how long it's been going on.
It's gotta be fucking huge, dude. It's gotta be big, fat, fucking bombshell for Momo.
It has to be someone's favorite moment in the series.
God damn it. The way I would love for it to happen would be if Luffy ends up taking out Kaido, if Momonosuke turns around and completes that whole circle by being the one to take out Orochi. So it's like Odin's muscle does its job, and then Odin's leadership does its job by actually fully replacing the Shogun here. I think that would be really satisfying to me. Like even if they have to weaken Orochi first or something, or even if he's missing like half his head, I don't care if Momonosuke just does a full-on Paradise Soka himself, and then just gets it done. But I would love for that to happen. That'd be such a good thing. Like whatever he does has to inspire the entire country to follow him.
Right,
That's
dude. It's got to be fucking huge. That's why this is like so like I was so fucking on that because it's like, dude, it's got to be fucking enormous for Momo. It really does. He is the fucking next Oden. It's been like since Punk Hazard, dude. It's got to be giant. Just
It's coming.
I trust
It's
Oda.
coming.
I trust Oda.
yeah.
Who knows what
One
he's doing?
thing, one thing I just thought about. What if Zunisha comes in and it turns out the whole country of Zou was like a missing country between Onigashi, the mainland of Wano, and she just dies between there, and that's how they just bond the island. Like Wano becomes a brand new country after Zunisha breaks down the border.
So sort of like how Oars becomes the bridge in Marineford. Like
Yeah. Much larger scale, but yeah, exactly.
I don't want Zunisha to die though.
I would shit myself if Zanesha
I mean,
showed
the
up.
dude's like 1,000 years old, man. Let him rest, Red. Let him
He's-
rest.
I mean,
Well,
I feel like
he
it's
can rest
coming.
after the series ends. All right,
It was
Red?
kind of lampshaded, like back at the end of Zoe. Like, oh yeah, she's not gonna last forever, so we got to take care of her.
Did they say that?
Yeah,
I
they
don't think
said that.
did. Does
Like,
anyone else remember
the
that?
whole Jack situation
Well,
made them more aware of
wasn't it,
her mortality.
yeah, wasn't it like they were made aware of it because they never really thought about Zunisha as a big thinking and feeling creature. They just kind of took it for granted that they were
Yeah.
on her. Is it? What was the pronoun here? I never knew.
It was I think Zanesha's a girl. But,
It's
yeah.
back. On its back.
On
It's
its
a-
back.
yeah.
All right, whatever.
There's no
It's
confirmation.
an
either
elephant.
way.
It's an elephant. Who cares?
Yeah,
Zunisha
fuck.
sounds like a girl name because it ends with A. That's just all it is.
Right.
Yeah.
If she dies, the Minks can just live on Wano. That can be a whole thing of
I'm
Wano
sure
getting.
that's what's gonna happen.
Mm. I don't know. I'm not sure what. I don't. I think there's more planned for Zunisha down the line after Wano, so I don't think that's gonna happen.
Oh, you
Personally.
think some like Raftel games or something?
Yeah, or like Final War shenanigans, something like that.
That'd be cool too.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think I think if Zunisha were to meet its finality in this arc, that they would have already brought Zunisha back at this point and given them more screen time to justify that, I guess, because I think Zunisha needs a lot more screen time than it's already had. I think it's building up to something.
I agree. I think Zunisha got a lot of significance, and with the tie of voice of all things, this is pre-Void Century stuff. The command, I think that's something that would come into play far later. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In like
Also, it
similar to
seems
how I
that,
think. What would you say?
that she has. It seems that Zunisha has ties to what's her name? Momo. Whoever has the Toki Toki fruit, I don't remember her name.
Toki.
Toki.
Toki. her family, she's like what, the Shimitsky family or something. Her family seems to be the one who's in control of Zunisha.
It's Amatsuki. Yeah.
Amatsuki. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
that clan is who's in control of Zunisha. It seems.
Do you
Well,
think that's
no,
why?
because
Do you think that's why Odin couldn't control Zunisha? But
Yeah,
Well,
that's
Momo
why.
can?
Because
Well,
if it was Kozuki, Odin would have been able to control it
Well,
since he
keep in
couldn't.
mind at the same time, there wasn't really a reason for Odin to issue commands.
Odin never tried to.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
he
think
didn't hear a
Adam's
voice
right.
though.
I think
He only. I don't think he heard an actual voice. He just heard
No, you heard the voice.
No, he didn't hear what it was like saying though. Like
clearly.
he heard like what, like Luffy didn't really like. Like Luffy was basically the same as Odin in that situation.
I think it's the Kozuki clan. I don't think it's the Yamatsuki. I think it's
See,
I
think
think
Adam might be right.
I kind of like the idea of that, especially because I mean Momo's their kid, right? So it's the
Yeah.
mix.
it'd be
Yeah.
an interesting connection, but then it's the Kozuki clan all
Yeah,
over.
but the Amatsuki's always been with the Kozuki also.
It's
And
possible.
on top of
That can just be their role in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, because I mean, we can't be giving all the special fucking privileges to Kozuki, okay, dude? Like they made the fucking
I
Ponic
mean-
list. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I mean,
we
they
gotta share. We gotta share a little bit.
Yeah,
Dude.
that's-
I mean,
but also
as
like
well.
when they were there, Luffy could hear Zunisha talk. It's just when
Yeah.
Oden and Roger were there, they could only censor it. But like Zunisha wasn't talking to her at all to them.
Right. Yeah.
I-
the way I always saw it is
until
that
Jack could talk.
I
the way I always saw
personally
it is
feel
that Zanesha just needed to be issued a command there, and then it didn't need to be issued a command when
No.
Odin was there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like
I would
feel
think
like,
that. I would agree with
I
that.
feel like it would have been mentioned that Odin could command if that was actually true. I think it wouldn't just be like, I don't know. I think what Adam says is a lot more interesting. And if is it true that Zunisha has ties to that family, Adam? Is that like objectively a
No,
fact? I don't
no,
remember that.
no. I'm just saying that because Odin could not and Momo could. That
Oh,
it,
that's
that,
what you're going with.
that implies that it would be that family.
Okay, so I
Well,
thought you were saying
so
that there
yeah,
was something that already implied it prior.
so I
I'm not
also
sure there.
yeah, I also agree with Archer though because there was not a situation in which Zunisha would need a command or need to communicate really or anything besides like there was
Yeah,
no
that's
urgent situation.
Yeah,
But I
think it's
still-
wow,
That we know.
my
that we know.
master has finally arrived after fucking 800 years. Let me not say jack shit to him.
Yeah,
I mean,
true,
yeah, that's
true,
actually
true.
exactly what happened at Zoe. Zunisha didn't say a word until Jack attacked, and
Yeah,
he-
pretty much.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's an interesting idea. I don't think there's any implication yet. I mean, we'll
It
see.
would be, it'd be
I
a
think
really
her
interesting little
bloodline.
fate twist too.
I do think her bloodline would also like play some sort of. She's from the Void Century. There has to be
Yes.
some
Yeah,
sort
dude.
of role. There.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
mean, her clan still ruled one of the regions of Wano during Odin's time.
Yeah.
What if they're the ones who invented the poneglyph language?
The cipher, yeah, it's supposed to be a Kozuki cipher, wasn't it?
Well, the Kozukis know it because they had to carve it into the stone. But what if the Amatsukis were the ones who? It's Amatsuki, right?
Yeah, Monsky.
Yeah. What if they were the ones who actually made the language and like it's their ancient language that the Kozukis were transcribing?
Mm,
Maybe.
possibly.
It's
lot of
weird
theories,
that
though.
Odin actually has no idea why it's a thing, but he was still taught. But he didn't know like what the poneglyphs were for or why they were around or anything like that. I don't know. There's definitely going to be a bigger connection. I don't know about commanding Zanesha, but definitely going to be something there.
My biggest hope is that she wrote something in Odin's log. I think that'd be really cool. Learn something more about her.
That could be a thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we should move on now, though.
Yep.
We
Last
talked
part of
about
the
Momo for a very
Last
long time.
thing, Kiku
The stinger.
losing the fucking arm, dude.
But before
First
that, I think it's cool that and maybe this is just I'm not sure if Viz is objectively the correct translation, right? Because I think the original like fan translation said wind slashes or something.
Yeah,
And now
this
this
one
says
says
invisible
invisible.
slashes.
That was
Yeah,
think
they
it's
took a
important.
liberty with it.
it was of note.
Do we know what the source material might have said? I'm not really
Yeah.
It
confident.
would have said Kamai Tachi, probably. It's just like general windsicles. It's sort of a mythical
Well,
thing.
no,
I'm pretty-
I don't think we should go based on hypotheticals. I think do we know what the actual it actually said? You know?
I don't think we do. Hang on, let me check.
Yeah, you
Someone talked about it.
Yeah, I was trying to see if someone talked about it. Doom mentions it, but then doesn't. He's like, Doom's like, I'm gonna go look it up, and then he didn't.
That could have been a segment, bro.
Okay, Mip says, I don't care about any of that. Oda didn't write invisible slashes. He wrote wind slashes.
Okay.
All right, gotcha.
There we go. So
And-
it's wind
There we go,
slash.
man.
Yeah, so my whole argument, I forget who the fuck it was with, but I was comparing Hakuba and fucking Dressrosa. Fuck you, dude, whoever that was.
So it's just it's spitting out Hakabas, yeah.
I was talking about
Yeah.
someone was like how the fuck could you like how is Kaido ever going to be stoppable? Why didn't he use this move before? Basically, is what they were saying. Because if they're just these slashes, they can just fucking go everywhere. And I'm like, well, I think observation is probably a suitable way to dodge that. As long as it's toned well enough. And I was just talking about Dressrosa as an example.
Or even
'Cause-
besides that, the reason I referenced earlier all the stuff about him trying with the roars first, I think the reason he went to this because he realized after trying that the other stuff didn't work. It's not like this was his ace in the hole. This is just another ability he has, and the other ones were more powerful in terms of like destructive capabilities and whatnot. So he was using those first, and then he's using this because those weren't working before.
Right, yeah. And I just
it's trial and error.
Yeah, the whole thing was well, I don't want to get too deep into that rehash that whole argument with someone who's not
I
even
do
here to argue
wonder-
it. So
I do wonder if they are actually invisible though, because like wind isn't visible, right?
no.
Well, the thing is, what he's doing there is like exactly what so many swordsmen have done. Just he's screaming these out instead of swinging a sword to do it, because it's
Yeah.
just placing air. So it's
Yeah.
not something that's really new, but it's weird that he can It's kind of a strange little parallel to Big Mom too, in a way, because she could scream so loud that she could blow up missiles, and so
There's
all
been
the
some
whole cake
speculation.
chateau.
There's been some speculation that Kaido has some kind of like dominion over like the elements of the what's it called? The 8 trigrams. He used fire, and then he used thunder, and now he's using wind.
How
Yeah,
far?
the
How far
scales are
does?
like
How far does that go though?
It's fire, thunder, water, wind, earth, and then
wood, metal.
I think it's like lake, mountain, and sky. Yeah, that's it. No, heaven. Excuse me, heaven.
Wait,
Yeah.
lake, mountain, and heaven. So
Some of those.
air, land, and water, just like his reputation.
Yeah, exactly. Strongest creature.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's one idea. Like he's used 3 so far, so
And in
Yeah.
Chinese, it would be wood and metal too. That's what I was thinking of.
Looking at it though, Kiku managed to block it technically, but it went right through the sword.
Right.
That's an
Yeah.
issue, and that would be going through Rio presumably. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
I guess she's using hockey probably, right?
you
Yeah,
know, like hockey
Hopefully,
isn't like
but-
immune to brute force, and like
Yeah.
if you can cut it,
Yeah, we have
yeah,
that
but
conversation
also
a
her
lot.
sword's not black, so it's sort of weird.
yeah.
Not the
Yeah.
first
That
time.
happens at
Wouldn't be
times,
the
too.
first time.
It's
not.
not. I know.
found.
I know. It's not the first time.
Inconsistencies and whatnot.
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah.
It's something to wonder about though, for sure.
I mean, it could also just be a complete surprise to them. Like, she may not have defended whatsoever.
I think.
Yeah, maybe her sword just happened to be in front of her at the time. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Sorta.
Hmm.
To me, it comes off as like she's like withstanding a blast. You know.
Yeah.
Like, her posture
Yeah.
and everything.
I think she tried to block
it's,
it.
It seemed like it was like an attempt to block.
Yeah, see, it's not just the windsickles there. Kaido's roar is like pushing them back. They're
Yeah,
actually
you can see on the
breaking
ground
that whole-
actually.
Yeah.
They're like
Yeah.
wind pushing
Yeah.
back dust and everything.
And I was gonna say, it's just like back in Whole Cake Chateau when Big Mom started screaming and flattened the entire fucking top of the cake there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like how his roar is "Ha!" It's not.
Like
Do
a
you think that'll actually be
Kamehameha.
like a roar or
Yeah.
just a scream in that case?
It's
It's
not like
gonna-
growl or anything like
It's
that.
it's gonna be like a big. It's like fucking Skyrim, dude. It's like foos. It's like that.
So how nasty is this cut though?
It's bad.
I mean, their
Yeah,
arm's
so it looks like
gone.
it got her entire arm and probably some of her like
I mean, it looks like
clavicle,
it got a
maybe
torso,
like
man.
some of her ribs too, like the side of her ribs.
I don't know.
Okay,
No, it looks like her arm and her shoulder.
Yeah, I can't. I
No,
can't.
it goes
joke-
farther down. It goes all the way down her torso.
Yeah,
I kind of joked about this. I kind of joked about it yesterday that it's gonna look like she lost an arm this week, and then next week it's gonna be like half of her body just gone.
Well, her leg is still there.
I
Well-
still agree with you though that she's not gonna die.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think so.
yeah, we all
That's
talked.
this.
She goes out of her way to suicide.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
all
she
talked
was-
about that one.
She was actually one of my picks for a scabbard to die, and now I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't know. It would be kind of redundant to me.
This
I think
basically
one by
saved her,
one they're
dude.
going to be incapacitated in some way. Maybe one of them dies.
Yeah.
Also, Kawamatsu's back from being thrown away.
He
Yeah,
just jumped back.
He's
bro.
not dead,
He's a
like I
froggy
thought.
boy. He's a froggy boy.
Yeah,
bro.
it was just.
I mean,
all
he
did
obviously
was
wasn't
just-
dead. He's just like back.
no, yeah, I was,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Just scuffed up a bit, you know.
Dude, that's
So, I
that's
wonder-
Kawamatsu the Kappa, not just some fucking bum.
Yeah, bro.
So
Yeah, Fishman is strong, man.
speaking of this fight, like I'm thinking, like since Luffy has to climb all these levels, and like this fight between the Scabbards and Kaido could like be going on for a while longer. I thought.
I think we're gonna lose, or a member is going to be incapacitated each chapter leading up to chapter 12.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Every
Like, we lose
chapter,
one or-
you think?
We lose
Every
one or two
93
every.
93 is 1, and then you
Oh.
go 4 is 2, 5 is 3, and you just keep going. And
Yeah.
Dude, I kind of like the idea of that actually.
Yeah, and I actually hope they do manage to put up a bit more of a fight near the end, and it's not
Oh.
just a one-sided massacre.
Well, it isn't. They are putting up a fight, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like they managed to cut them a little bit more before they all go down.
I
like
think
that.
they're gonna. I think it's gonna be like a long battle, and then like they damage him a bit, and then someone gets incapacitated at the end of the chapter. Repeat, something like that. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe
And then
maybe
you-
one
Yeah,
chapter. Two
could be.
Yeah, and then you could have Inu and Neku go down in the same chapter to make it work.
Yeah,
Yeah, basically, I
Right.
want some back and forth. I don't just want Kaido just shitting on them for like 10 chapters or however long it takes.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think it.
I don't think
I don't
that's
think it'll
gonna
be
happen.
that. Yeah. Although
Yeah.
they will be,
I'm
they'll be on the back foot.
sure he's gonna wipe
For
them
sure.
out. Yeah. I'm sure he's gonna wipe them out, but they're gonna land a couple more hits there too. Like
Yeah.
some try for a scar again, and I still firmly believe that was their cut. There is gonna be the first chip in the armor. Really, like that's gonna be how Luffy
Yeah.
ends up winning.
I feel the same way as well.
That much is basically guaranteed. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much emphasis on it. I just can't see it going any other way. And honestly, any other way would kind of suck because Luffy only trained for like 2 weeks. So I'm hoping he gets an open wound as an advantage and not just, yeah, let me go ahead and punch Kaido in the fucking mouth and make his head explode from the inside out.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Gotta
would be
say,
cool too.
speaking of ways Luffy takes out Kaido, one thing I did want to bring up, dude, we have not seen Kid or Law in feels like a good amount of time. At least
Yeah.
IRL. It feels like
Yeah.
it's been like
I mean,
a couple
I
months.
think they're already climbing the tower,
Yeah.
and they're gonna actually Luffy might run into them on the way up.
Not really
But
sure.
the thing is, like, Law must have come in like some different way. Like he took the alternative path compared to the Scabbards.
Like unless Kid is still killing gifters, he's probably gonna like run into Luffy at some point on the way to the top.
I could see
Yeah.
that happening actually. They all converge at the top or something.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Kid at
probably
least,
what's gonna end up
Kid at
happening.
least he's going for Kaido's head. He's
So
gonna
is Law. So
yeah. Well, I have some different thoughts on Law, but already covered those.
yeah.
I mean, this was his entire plan. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Right.
I'd be surprised if Law did not take part in the battle against Kaido. That'd be very, very
Right,
surprising.
I wouldn't mind seeing them try to take a commander too, though. Honestly, I know like the whole thing is straw hats on the commander, straw hats on the emperors, but like, come on, man. There are so many big pirates here. They can split it up. It would make sense to split those fights up.
I think I'm not really sure.
Well,
I think it's,
I think Kid kind of has Kaido tagged. So
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
Law, I'm not
I-
really sure about.
I totally foresee like you know how it goes. It always goes this way, dude. It's gonna be like, at the summit, and then maybe Law's like already there or like already has his plan halfway underway, and then it's gonna be like Kid and Luffy both show up and they're like, oh, look who finally fucking arrived, huh? And then they all fucking turn on him, dude. It's gonna be some shit like that.
I
Law
walked through the
just-
door
Law just
first.
shows
No,
up
I
with
did. I was an
Rock in
inch
the
ahead
toe.
of you.
Yeah, Adam
Yeah.
Adam Law's shit is just fucking ruined again, just like in
That'd
Dressrosa.
be funny. Yeah, that'd be cool.
See, I didn't mean like in
Well,
lieu of
no.
the fight, but like on the way there. I'd like to see them try to at least like some flying six. They can kill somebody on the way besides trying to just go fight Kaido.
Well,
Yeah.
I think imagine a fight like that would take a long time against a commander. You specifically said one of the commanders, which is why.
Yeah, one of the commanders too.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, just
wouldn't
to kill
mind.
more
I wouldn't
time
mind
for the
Kid
scab
running in.
fight
I wouldn't
Kaido.
mind Kid running into Queen, getting some revenge on him. That would be pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Queen did torture him.
would be pretty sweet revenge there.
Yeah.
I'm just not seeing it happening.
I'm also really
I'm not saying it happen either. I think it'd be cool though. They both have metal arms.
I'm still
True.
I'm still wondering about fucking Marco, dude. I know we talked about it last chapter, but like, dude, what is he like? Apparently, he's just like. It feels like the way that scene with him and Big Mom ended, that he just kind of flew off. Did anyone else get that like
What do you
feeling?
mean?
Like
Oh,
after they were
they
done
didn't stay
talking,
with
Big
Big
Mom
Mom?
was like, "Do as you will." I thought
Yeah.
it was like either right then they started the fucking battle, or like,
I think
or
we
he just
talked about it
flew
last
off.
time.
Yeah, we did.
I
I know.
I
Yeah,
could.
I
I guess
see
some
him
of us
we don't
staying there
read.
to hold off Big Mom, but at the same time, it's like, man, that's like going to be all he does. If that's the case,
That does bring up a bit of a question. Marco could just fly right up top to the fight with
Yeah.
Scabbard.
Yeah.
That's what I think's gonna happen.
I mean, so can Big Mom can fly up there, so she can
True.
follow.
That's
I
true.
don't think she. I
Yeah,
don't think
Big
she.
Mom
I think
doesn't
she's
care,
got.
though.
to go
I think she's got
together.
the straw hats.
She doesn't even care if
Straw
Kaido gets killed by
crosshairs.
these people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not gonna
That'd be
defend
that'd be
Kaido.
really bad news, but I
Pharaoh
really
just
want to
makes
see it
staircase
happen,
and goes
dude.
up there.
Right.
I really want to see Big Mom fly fucking right up there when Luffy and everyone else is fighting Kaido.
My expectation for Big Mom is that she's going to give chase to Luffy, Jinbei, and Sanji, and that's
Yeah, I was just thinking that if she flies up there, it's gonna be because Luffy gets up there first.
yeah.
Dude, they have
That
to,
could be
right?
the
It has to happen. They have to get fucking pinched by two Yonko at some point during
yeah,
this arc.
it's going to happen. I'm pretty sure. That might be the end of Act 3. You never know.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah, like the end of Act 3, they show up. The fucking samurai are incapacitated. All of them like unconscious. And then like the final page is Big Mom rising up from behind.
Yeah,
or
some
something
shit like
cloud or some
yeah,
shit.
dude. It's gotta fucking happen. It's got something like that has to happen, dude.
Big
Otherwise,
Mom riding Kaido.
Basically, here's what they gotta do. They gotta have Hawkins, and he pulls his little card out, but it's the right way, which makes Big Mom and Kaido fight each other, and boom, that's how they live.
dude,
Hmm.
I'd be so fucking blue balled if that
Livid.
happened.
Totally livid.
Oh boy.
You know
I'd be
what I
blue
want to
balled,
see
but also I'd want to see it happen at the same time.
Right.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I can't even call it.
I want to see Big Mom just rising up, taking a shot at Kaido,
Yeah.
and it just ending with him looking like he's dead. And the next chapter, of course, he comes back and like eats her fucking head off or some shit.
I don't know about that. Dean, I think you're going a little crazy.
Now we're going into some wild fucking.
This is a bean
Like
feast
they're gonna fight. Come on, they are going to
but
fight.
also,
They do.
at some
So-
point.
you know how we were talking earlier about how this this Oden Rio hockey thing.
Hmm.
Obviously, Big Mom would be able to damage Kaido to a sufficient amount, like to the same degree, I would assume.
Yeah.
Yet
Yeah.
we don't see
It's like
that.
physical strength or something. Yeah. Maybe she's just so
So-
powerful that she can break the scales regardless.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
so
that.
that's why I think it's probably some Odin related thing and not like just Rio as a thing.
Well, the emperors never fight. Too.
Well,
But they
Like,
fought
this
for
is the
3 whole
first-
days.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. The whole Rio thing is weird to me. I don't really know what to think of it.
I just think it's something that not everyone has. Even Yonko. I just think it's as simple as
one way
that.
to look at it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
but Marigold
entirely
has
a
it.
fair thing.
It's
Yeah.
not a necessity in battle is the main thing. Whereas hockey in general
Right.
is because of things like Logia, etc. But
Yeah.
like
Marigold had it. Doflamingo didn't. Like it really isn't. It's
Yeah.
a very specialized thing. Like if you don't need it, you're probably not gonna get it. And God knows, Big Mom needs no hockey at all. If we're being honest.
So,
I mean, but
like, what
imagine
about the
how much-
admirals then? Do
I
we
mean,
think they
she
have
just.
Yeah,
I
they
don't see
displayed
why
it
Big
at
Mom
Marine
wouldn't
Ford.
have it though.
She
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
need it.
like this double thing,
it's
right?
whether
Adam?
you found someone, it's whether you met someone that knew it or not and decided to teach it to you. I guess that's the only thing I can imagine.
Well, for Big Mom,
Well,
it's
you
like
should be able to learn it on your own eventually.
well, that's the thing about Big Mom. It's like you would expect the Yonko to have like mastery of all this shit, but they don't. I mean,
Yeah.
Big Mom does not see the future like Katakuri
Yeah,
does.
that's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
So there's
Very true.
Yeah.
But you would expect
Whitebeard
that she
did
you'd expect
that.
that she'd be able to. It's like she doesn't need to at the same time. It's like she
No,
never
but
had
that's
the problem of being unable to fucking break through opponents. It's never been a fucking problem for her
Right,
ever.
right.
So-
Like at most, maybe she can do the projection, but also it seems to take a certain mindset that Big Mom straight up does not possess. It does not exist in her head. She does not do the whole soft flow thing.
Yeah,
She has
always and the always being
more
calm
truth
thing and all that.
Yeah.
yeah, that's for sure.
So I actually like that about the series. It's nice that these things are so specialized that the strongest people really don't even have it, and only specific tribes and countries do.
And
Mhm.
that's what makes the whole like pet theory of like the Odin fucking Rio actually like almost reasonable. I mean, we already fucking went over this, but it's like the whole
Yeah, it's not
people
unreasonable.
have like elements of personality to their hockey based on like their experiences and
Yeah.
like what they need it for. So it's like, who knows, dude?
Yeah.
Could be
And-
Kozuki.
and-
Could be a fucking Kozuki special trait, dude.
The main thing, Fast, is that I think it would have been mentioned this chapter if that were the case, but it just straight up just ran through it, and now it's just you weren't strong enough, and that's all it is.
Yeah,
And now they're just pushing through, and already someone's incapacitated.
yeah. It's just
Yeah, the
it's
whole
fun.
you don't even have enough power. That does kind of
Think
not
it's-
really that theory, but it discredits it a little bit. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it would have already been mentioned by this chapter. I mean, it could. I could be wrong. I'm not saying it's a guaranteed thing. Obviously,
I'll
but,
give it
yeah.
to the end of the series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it till Momo whoops it out and
Give it
stabs
to,
Kaido,
chapter
and then
I'll
it's
get to the end
12.
of Wano. I'll get to the end of Wano.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it's just fun to think about. Fun to think about.
But yeah, like the admirals have like the second form of it, and I assume Roger and Whitebeard had the full thing, but honestly, they could have just had the most maxed out fucking projection of all time, and that shit was
Yeah.
great. But I can see Big Mom just not even eating it because at the same time, Kaido's never displayed it either, and he
Kaido
didn't hurt
hasn't
Big
had the need to display it on screen
Right.
yet,
Yeah, but
and neither has Big
they
Mom
did
actually.
fight.
We only saw one panel though
Yeah,
of the fight,
there was only a couple instances, but they came out both not a scratch,
and
not a
that could
headache,
be because they're guarding themselves with barriers.
or they're just both fucking invulnerable. Like Big Mom has steel skin, Kaido has diamond skin. That was a rock against not a rock, the unstoppable force with the immovable object right there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Can't get much better than that.
I can't wait to see it too. You know it's happening again. You know it's happening again.
We'll see, dude. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'd be just as
Um,
satisfied seeing them just pinch the allies between them.
Why not both?
Yeah, I think it could be both. I think if Big Mom fights Kaido at all, we're definitely seeing her swing him around like a fucking snake.
No, please.
Yeah, she already used that up. She already used that up on Queen, dude. You got to do something.
I
else.
want Big Mom.
again, baby.
Oh.
I want Big
Do a
Mom to
fucking
just
one
grab
scene.
Kaido by his horns and just slam him into the ground.
No, I want to see her grab him by the tail, bro, and smash his face into a wall, like, swinging him like a whip.
Like that one scene in fucking Hercules. Yeah.
Spoilers.
Okay.
You know, if they come together, I would love to see Prometheus like just flare all over Kaido too. Have Big Mom ride him. So sick.
Yeah, that'd be cursed.
Most terrifying thing Oda's ever made.
Man.
I want to see Kaido swallow Prometheus and then use him to power himself up.
Oh
That'll
man.
happen, right? Yeah.
Dude,
Wow.
straight up fucking like nuclear Godzilla right there.
Easy.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
Should have an Laurel Blast.
We're just getting into fucking hype, fucking daydreaming now.
Yeah, we're doing the headcanon territory now.
Hey, I got some more hype, but for a different character here.
Uh-huh.
So on this one page we have King, and he mentions, "This is King. The enemy's strength is about 5,400." I think that can be implying that King is using observation hockey to determine that there are 5,400 enemies, because
Well,
it sounds actually impossible to know
Wait.
it's like
Well,
that close
remember-
to
Wait,
the amount
Adam,
of
which
number.
which straw hat has the strongest observation besides Luffy? Hmm?
well, remember,
Sanji, I mean,
hey,
I like the Sanji versus King idea. I like that idea. So don't get me wrong.
well,
I like that. So
remember, Conjuro didn't arrive and tell them how many forces
no,
they had.
Conjuro didn't know the actual number.
No, he did this time. He did when he came back after revealing his identity.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he came in and told them everything.
F.
Oh, fuck.
F.
Fuck, dude. Let me pull that up.
Also,
Well, who
Zoro
was
was
the
fighting
first one who
King this
shouted
time.
the numbers? Because this happened before as well.
Yeah. Also, Zoro is fighting King. Just saying.
No, I'm pretty confident it's gonna be Sanji. But also, well, I think Zoro. I'm unsure if he's even gonna get a 1v1. I think he will probably eventually, maybe Queen. But I also think that there's gonna be a weird supernova thing where all the supernovas are against Kaido together or some weird shit. And since he is a supernova, that would be his fight. I'm not really sure.
Nah, this
It'd be
is
sorta
as
cool
good.
if the captains fight together, like so you have like Beppo fight with somebody and like Killer fight with somebody. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I'm not entirely sure.
I still like the idea of who's who, although everyone's gonna feel like that's a big downgrade for Zoro.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
I like
I have
who's
some
who
ideas
as
for
the
it
role.
too.
But I also think that the Queen and Drake versus Zoro and fucking X Drake or Kid Zoro and Drake versus Kid and Apu. Holy
Yeah,
shit!
Wait,
issue is, like,
What?
What? Queen and Apu. Queen
well,
and
Queen
Apu.
the Pooh, yeah.
Queen and
Well,
Apu. I
issue
think
is
that would
like
still be a cool matchup.
issue is that Queen's not really fighting them right now. He just like kind of shot down his plague, and he's kind of just chilling.
Neither is King, right? You're right.
Yeah, and also, Fats, a lot of people are expecting Usopp and Nami versus Ulti in page 1 right now. I don't think it's gonna happen either, but a lot of people are expecting that. So if you say Zoro, So if you had like Zoro versus Who's Who, everyone's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" You have the weak trio versus Toby Robo, and then you're only making Zoro fight a Toby
Yeah.
Robo.
Well, it's
Yeah.
simple, dude. Just reveal who's who to be like fucking the way stronger one. That's all.
He is a rock.
Just reveal him to be the captain of CP0, like the head leader.
Yeah, it's some shit.
Oh,
I mean,
I
these
feel like-
guys were also right in the running for being commander anyway. Like,
Yeah.
I hope I'll bitch about it too much. Like,
Well,
maybe
yeah,
be
that's
able to push Luffy
that's-
and Zoro. And
that's
Personally,
yeah.
I would bitch about it if Usopp and Nami do fight Ulti in page 1. If they don't fight him, I won't bitch about it. That's how
Right.
it will be.
It
Well,
depends.
cringe.
Like if
You know, but
who's
that doesn't mean
if
all
who's
the
who
fucking-
is just if who's actually another dinosaur. I don't like. I don't know. That's the fucked up thing is like aren't they're all supposed to be some kind of dinosaur, right?
I mean, we got to. I'm gonna say it again. I said it last time. I'm saying it again. Queen is basically the giraffe of dinosaurs. I'm just saying.
Okay,
you're,
dude.
you're right.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, like also
Are we
thought,
gonna
like
see the fucking
you had
cube?
you have Drake's whole thing with Queen, and you also have Sanji's thing with Drake. It kind of feels like prime setup to me.
Sanji's thing with Drake.
Yeah, Drake kind of has this kind of beef with Sanji during Act 2 over him being
Germa shit.
Because
Yeah,
of the
but he
effect.
also had that same beef versus fucking what's his name?
Hawkins.
Hawkins and Ulti.
yeah,
in
like
page one.
it's been like it comes up a few times during Act 2 that he kind of like he has this kind of like grudge against Sanji because of his Germa identity, presumably.
Drake's not.
And
Drake's
I feel like it'd be kind of cool if like Sanji kind of helps him out against Queen.
Was it a grudge? Or was it just like soft fanboying?
I always saw it like
Or
he kind of hated Sanji because of the whole Germa thing. Because he also like gets kind of mad during the execution when Sanji shows up.
There is also the fun little element of them both being perverts.
Yeah.
And so they have Drake has like this unwilling similarity to Sanji in some way.
Mhm.
But at the
Yeah,
same time,
I think it'd be kind of, like, funny.
King hates Queen because of those qualities, which means a battle between King and Sanji, who has a similar quality, would also make sense as conflicting opponents.
I'll be honest. I want Zoro and King, so I'm kind of looking.
I know
for
you
anything
do.
I mean, we need some way for Zoro to fly. If you can figure that out, I'm down.
tell me
He doesn't need to fly. Why do you need? Why does it need to fly? Huh?
How's he gonna fight King?
Well, King is going to come to him.
King.
I
There's
mean,
no
maybe
need.
Ashura
Zoro has
struck
to go
things
up.
now. You
Zoro
guys
has
don't
to
feel
go
bad.
up.
for
Just
real.
gotta put him.
You guys lack some imagination. Okay.
I think you do. I think you are too set on him fighting the main guy. And
Red.
He's
Ashura, Tengu mode. That's all you need, man. That's all you need.
I'm gonna
Zoro
ban
can
you
just
right
jump
now.
to
I'll
it.
fucking
Bang.
drop
Oh
the
my
series.
fucking god.
Dude, I'll drop the series or some shit like that.
He starts like propelling himself upwards like fucking Pedro with his
Tails.
tails.
All he gotta do is jump good, man. He just got to
I mean,
jump
he has
good.
9 swords. He can spin like 2 of them like copters and
I
still be a
hate-
threat. You
I
know.
hate you all. Oh my God.
Also, just a really cool set piece. You got a flying guy, and he's like fire everywhere. He's just like zooming down. Oh, he's so cool.
All he
There's
does
so-
is make
Yeah,
a
but you
top
can do that with
mafia.
fucking Sanji.
I
too,
Yeah,
bro.
but Sanji doesn't have swords, so.
But yeah, I mean, again, we were sort of it was sort of hinted that Zoro might cut fire in the future, and versus King, that does seem like a possibility. So I
Hate
do
it.
like that idea, but I still need him to fly somehow, or I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, he doesn't need to fly.
There's so many fucking like similarities between King and Sanji in terms of their like fighting.
Yeah, but this isn't a Marvel movie, okay?
I mean, at that
More
point,
similar to a horror movie.
at that point, you just start bringing up Marco then too.
Yeah.
Start bringing up what?
Marco.
I was gonna
agree
say
that
maybe.
Marco's possible.
I don't know. I'm not
maybe
really a
Zoro
fan of
just
the
hops on
idea.
Marco's
Well, that's what I
back.
mean. If you're talking about just like strictly combat abilities, I mean, it's Marco. It's not Sanji.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
Zoro
Marco
riding
was more needed
Marco.
for the Yonko.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. It's just kind of boring to me. I don't like the idea of a Marco and King matchup.
I think it would be more boring. I agree. But I'd still think it would be more thematically fitting than Zoro and King.
You know, maybe Zoro can just ride on Marco's back, like yeah, that'd be cool.
or Sanji could just fly.
Well, there's
Yeah, you can do that.
That's
You
the
can do
thing.
that.
Like
It'll work.
Sanji really does have a better chance of fighting in general against King.
Yeah, but I just look at it like what makes a more interesting matchup to me.
Yeah, but
well,
I'm
right.
going
Yeah, it's an up.
too, and like Sanji's just more interesting.
Zoro
I mean,
having an uphill struggle.
Zoro, Zoro can't fly, so it's more interesting.
I mean, Sanji
How
and
does that make
Marco
it
against
more
King would be
interesting?
great.
Oh, it's like an uphill battle for Zoro. He has to figure
Yeah.
out a fucking way. Oh, that's. I mean,
no,
that,
but the issue is there's no hill.
So basically, he's
right?
gonna get launched again like he was versus Pika because he can't do jack shit by himself. Is what I'm hearing.
Um,
And that's why
So-
Pika was interesting, though. That's
That
what
wasn't
made it
interesting.
interesting.
It wasn't.
Okay.
The ending wasn't interesting though.
But here's what I'm thinking is that I genuinely think that Zoro might not have a 1v1 in that capacity. I think there's a possibility of him fighting who's who, like was suggested before, but it's a quicker matchup and not something that lasts the entire arc like Sanji versus King might. And then afterwards,
Possible.
since Zoro got his 1v1 versus who's who, he would then lead up to the top and help Luffy against Kaido, and that would give him that extra oomph to make it more satisfying to Zoro fans while still getting his 1v1.
I mean, why not just have him fight Big Mom, dude?
Oh, I mean, I don't want his swords to break,
You know,
so I don't want him.
Big
to fight
Mom is technically a swordsman, so
Yeah, it is.
Not fault.
Napoleon about to chew on his swords until they're gone.
In regards to another matchup, I think Sasaki being part of the armored division makes it even more likely for him to fight Jinbei than it was before, because like the whole thing about Jinbei's attacks, like going through skin and whatnot,
yeah.
and like
I'll be
the
honest. I feel like Jinbei would kind of fold Sasuke over.
we don't. Okay, I think there's an issue with that where everyone thinks that all the Toby Roper are just this one equal strength.
No,
of
no, I don't
way
think
lower
he's
than the
weak. I just
commanders.
think it's not that he's weak. I just think Jinbei is Jinbei.
Yeah, dude, this is
I mean,
Jinbei. I mean, the
one
only
shot's
fitting
great.
matchup for him is fucking Kaido or Big Mom. Nobody else can
Exactly.
put up a
Yeah,
fucking
we're
fight.
both at the same time.
This
He
is
would
the
just
most
douse-
I've
he would
argued
just
in
fucking
point,
douse
though.
King instantly and just take him out.
I'm
Man,
not.
there's
Red brings up a good point, but at the same time, like these guys are stupid strong, even if they are the same fucking strength. If
Mhm.
Ulti was about to push Luffy into Gear 4th, I can see her getting like a good little fight off with Jinbei.
No,
Yeah.
okay, so I think that they're not all the same strength as each other, though, and I think that
Yeah,
they're
no, I was just using
varying
that as an
strength,
example.
and some of them could even be potentially as strong as a commander. I'm thinking maybe
Well,
just because the
obviously,
fact that they actively
exactly.
look for that position,
obviously, yeah.
right?
And to me,
Yeah.
like that's like why I still think about who's who, because like he felt like he was the fucking one, dude. He was like gunning to fucking kill Queen.
Yeah,
And, like
I
all
feel
this
like he
shit.
might be the most strong of
Sasuke
both.
were singled
Yeah.
out for it, yeah.
I'm still thinking he's gonna backstab Queen at some point. So
And they actually even asked Drake about it. So yeah, like absolutely, these people are easily like as strong as the commanders to me, or rather, worth enough to be called commanders to me. Like definitely.
Yeah, for sure. People are like people have like already kind of boxed in the Toby Ropo. I agree.
And like we even had people like Paris Sparrow on Big Mom's crew who like technically probably are as strong as a commander, but they aren't a commander, probably because of like age or something like that. Playing factor, I don't know, something weird. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
he
similarly
just may
they have,
never wanted it.
or he might have been one in the past, and similar to Snacks or whatever. But it was rescinded. Thing. I don't know.
He tried to. Big Mom was like making an alliance with Shanks or something. Sorry if I'm cutting out.
You are, yeah.
Yeah, Big Mom was making an alliance with Shanks to then, work with the world government, and Peros didn't like it, and then that's why he got kicked out of the fucking,
True.
kicked out of the thing, dude. Yeah, just
And
like
now
what
Paris
just
Sparrow
happened.
is actually a CP0 agent.
Yeah, dude, Peros has his totally, man. Like that's exactly what's going on.
Paris is called one of her strongest too.
Yeah, I mean he's the
Who I think-
eldest. He's the eldest son.
Yeah,
Yeah.
doesn't he have like a 900 million berry bounty or some crazy shit?
It's
It was like 700. Yeah.
That's still pretty crazy high.
So that's just right under Cracker, actually. Yeah.
Hmm. Like they put him up there with Katakuri.
Yeah, the whole contest was who'd lead Katakuri or Paris Sparrow.
Oh, that's true. Paris Sparrow was the other. Oh, I guess it was because they were older though. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's just because he was fucking there, and Katakuri wasn't.
Well,
He was just like, yeah,
Well,
I'll be the
no.
one to lead. And then Daifuku was like, oh, dude, no, Katakuri's way stronger than you, bro. And
It was
he's
mainly-
like,
it was
no,
mainly
no, I'm the eldest. I would lead.
It was mainly the argument between either eldest son or strongest in the crew. Which one would it get? Would get it?
Yeah, but like I think back in Whole Cake Island, it was said that Katakuri and Peros, someone made some kind of offhand comment about them being the two strongest or whatever.
Oh, Interesting.
Yeah, I think
I
Beige.
don't
I
think
think
so.
I think
I don't
Beige
remember
might have
that.
said
I just
something.
remember,
I don't
yeah, Beige was like these are the people you need to watch out for.
No, it
And
was after that. It was.
oh,
It was. Yeah, it was back when they were attacking the ship during the escape. I'll have to find the page later, but yeah.
so because
I
those are
plan
the
on
only
rereading One
people
Piece
there.
or Whole Cake
I don't, I'm
Island.
not gonna. I'm not gonna look too much into it, but I don't know. I remember someone saying
Yeah,
something like
Beige
that.
hyped Compote, and then she didn't do anything.
So I
Yet.
want her to do something, man. Hope they
Yeah.
get. Hope they manage to get up there sometime.
Okay.
All right, I think we're
This
probably
isn't about the chapter anymore, so
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, we're probably done,
we
right?
ran out of
We're
content about 30 minutes ago, so
Yeah.
yeah, we're at like we're at like
2
about
hours,
2 hours. Yeah,
Maybe
like
it's a
and
good place to end
subscribe
it.
it was
if
fun
you want
talk.
more
Fun
OP
talk though.
Core
Yeah.
podcast content.
Hey,
There's a
World
big red
Economic
button,
Journal.
bottom right below the video. You might want to click that.
Be sure to visit our Patreon that we don't have.
So guys, if you did make it this far in the video, I just wanted to bring up, dude. Did you know that only fucking 3.7% people who watch this video are subscribed? Did you know that?
You know now.
I don't know. I'm just fucking, dude. I'm calling it.